Konnichiwa, hello and welcome to the Hakuba Valley here in the heart of the Japanese Alps. Just 3 hours from Tokyo, and you wouldn't believe it, but it is snowing. Of course it's snowing. We're in Japan and it does nothing but snow in this place. 11 meters of annual snowfall, and well, we've seen 3 of it over the last 6 days. It's been absolutely ludicrous. We have the very best freeride qualifier for you today. We started things off down in Japan, in the bustling, vibrant city of Japan.
Tokyo.
Excuse me, Tokyo, exactly. Sorry, that's a mile away. There's Mount Fuji, looking glorious. And upon arrival in the Hakuba Valley, the snow gods were busy at work delivering, as I said earlier, near enough 3 meters of the good stuff. It's been absolutely incredible here. And the riders, although we had a little bit of, well, let's say the contest was postponed. The riders certainly made the most of it, as you would if you're in a ski resort with 2.5 meters of fresh snow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we say there's no such thing as too much snow, but I think we've almost had it here in terms of getting competition off the ground.
Absolutely.
As you can see, that the weather was really good on the way here. That beautiful view of Mount Fuji and the lakes that we're driving past. Cultural experience on the way here, but competition hold, not the worst thing in the world when you're busy skiing power while you wait for it.
There we go. Well, my name is Tim Warwood. The man next to me, taking us through all things sideways and slippery and forwards, is former World Tour skier Neil Williman. And we're looking at the face there. Hello, just a quick hello there. We're looking at the face and talk us through it, because it's not the first option here. We've had, obviously, a bit of problem with the weather, with the snow conditions, but we're good to go now, aren't we?
Exactly. So after a week of trying to get the thing off the ground with so much snow coming down that it's hard to keep it safe, been enjoying skiing powder in the trees while the safety team's been making sure we can get a venue that's going to be fun to watch and safe for everyone at the end of the day. So as you were saying, Tim, this is not the first choice venue, because the first choice venues have been too avalanche dangerous, but I still think it looks like a really fun one.
Absolutely.
Been named the Christmas Tree Triangle.
There we go. 270 meters of vertical. Like you say, not the longest, but look at that, 48 degrees average. I mean, that is a steep face, isn't it?
So steep, and it's convex too. As you can see, especially on the looker's left side, skier's right-hand side, as we say, rolls over where some of those bushes are, and that is going to be absolutely blind from the top, coming to really steep stuff. I think that stuff on the left is probably even steeper than 48 degrees. 48 is the average.
Yeah.
And to give you a feel for how steep that is, over on the left there, if you're standing on the ground and you put your arms out towards the slope, you would be able to touch the slope. So it's that steep. You know, you fall, you're going a long way. You send it with speed, you're going into the bottom of it. It's an exciting face.
Well, the safety teams have worked very hard over the past couple of days to find us an option here in the Hakuba Valley. And we have one. We have skiing and snowboarding for you today, men's and women's, and we will be starting things off with the Snowboard Men. Looking down there, bib number 1, Shin Miyajima. He has the unenviable task of going first, but he is a local here to Hakuba, so he might very well know this face. But the name on that list that jumps out at you, it is Mr. Travis Rice. Almost the godfather of backcountry freestyle. He's taking part in his first Freeride World Qualifier. And then Brian Bozak, fellow countryman, and the winner of the 2-star here earlier in the week, Andreas Zweibrot. And then Andre Scotte.
That's
from
right.
Norway.
We've got a stacked field here.
Yeah.
We've got 14 riders. No, bib number 4 is missing, so 15 bibs, but 14 riders from 9 countries. And it looks like we've got number 1 almost ready to start.
Absolutely. Well, this is live. You are watching this happen live here from the Hakuba Valley. And it's a little chilly. I'd say the mercury's plummeted a little bit here. But
it's definitely well below 0.
Yeah.
That's how the snow quality is so good.
Okay. Well, as we said, Shin Miyajima has the unenviable task of going first. And Neil, talk us through it. I mean, you know, do you want to go first or do you want to go last?
Well, the advantage of going first is that there's better landings. You know, the snow's a bit softer. It's not tracked out. You're not landing in other people's bomb holes. The disadvantage of going first, especially if you're a snowboarder, is that it's sometimes a little bit hard to carry your speed through, especially on flatter areas for these guys with no poles. It's a little bit more difficult to find your way sometimes, especially on that convex stuff I was talking about before. So some people like it, some people don't. I prefer to be in the middle usually. It's not too tracked out. And here we go. Here's Shin.
Well, also really good to see Shin coming through the 2-star. Good to see some Japanese riders in this contest.
And it looks deep out there. Look at that. Oh, I'm pumped for this. It's going to be a whole day of people getting face shots.
Well, he looks like he's coming down into that skier's left, looker's right. Oh, nice backside air. Couldn't quite hold it.
Nah, hands down there. The judges aren't going to like that so much. We'll talk about the exact criteria later, but control's a really important one. Like I was saying before, he's struggling to keep his speed through this stuff, and the visibility doesn't look great either, but nice work on that backside shifty. Puts a method in, and then a stalefish, I believe, Tim. Maybe correct me on the grabs.
Well, I mean, he's... oh, nice down through that section. Good run for Shin. Spends his time between Hakuba and Jackson Hole.
I believe he's been in New Zealand for the World Heli Challenge as well. I think he podiumed that too. So if you're looking for the podium again today, I think it might be tough having hung up a little bit and put his hands down on that landing. It was, I don't know, we'll see how the rest of them go.
Well, a short, sharp, intense little run there. And one thing we did see from Shin, a lot of potential to get some air. This could be perhaps a little bit more of a freestyle-orientated run as opposed to some big mountain lines down through here. And it's going to obviously... yeah,
that's right. Just looking back at his nice grab, puts his hands down, washes out a bit on the toe side, comes back through. A lot of style and flow in this. He's really making the most of the rolly, playful nature of the venue. And I'll be excited to see what we get from the judges on that one.
Well, we have the very easy task here of sitting and chatting about it, but there are 3 men down there in the finish area that are charged with picking these guys apart. And what are they looking for? How will they be deciding the scores here?
So the most important thing is your line choice, which is where you go. Basically, that's you pitting yourself against the mountain and saying, I can take this on, I can do it. The most important thing to do is choose a line that you can ride well because you want to make it look good. And the way that you make it look good is judged in the other 4 categories, and that is involved in the fluidity, the control, the technique, and the air and style. We'll elaborate on that a little bit more a little bit later. I think we've got Alexandre Alfano coming up right now, straight out of France.
Coming out of France, 33 years of age. 3rd place in a Freeride World Qualifier before this.
I like little zoom in we just got in is what looks like maybe alpaca wool long sleeve top. He is dressed for the mountains today to impress and in style. You got the safety team in the background there. These are the guys that have been getting up at 5 o'clock every morning to go and check the venues, do a bunch of ski cutting. That means they've been kicking off small avalanches to try and check whether the slopes are safe or not. It's nice that they haven't got as much response here, so it means that there's still a lot of fresh snow. But on some of the other venues that they were testing, I think it was a little bit more sketchy.
Not allowed to bomb here in Japan.
That's right. Alexandra on course.
All right, next rider and here.
Yeah, we can hear the whoops. Dropping in so far the same as Shin. He's going for that rider's left side. And lining up that same drop coming out from behind the trees. Oh, just get it pitted.
Deep it is.
Yeah, oh, that must be so tough to see. Not just because of visibility, but every turn you got snow all over the place.
There's a couple of little ridges through this section here. You can't really see it on the camera.
No, but this is where Shin was managing to put grabs in as well. So, full tumble there for Alexandra. He's going to be disappointed with that.
Yeah, well, that shows just how steep it is. Tumble at the top. He's had a good roll down there.
Yeah, 3 or 4 end over ends, and that's going to do a lot of damage to his score. As we were talking about really briefly just before, the control side is really important, as well as the fluidity, technique, and air and style. So although he chose a similar line to Shin, I think his score will be much, much lower.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's all about keeping it nice and clean down this face. If you are just joining us, if you've just tuned in, it's a very warm hello and welcome. Well, it's not the warmest hello at all. It's a warm hello from me and Neil here in the commentary booth. Live pictures from the Hakuba Valley here in Japan. Well, if you come in here on a holiday, if you're perhaps going to dust off your skis or your snowboard and you'll find yourself here at some point this season, you're going to have a fantastic time because it is snowing. It's continuing to snow. The snow couldn't be any better. Not the first choice venue for the Freeride World Qualifier here, but we found a venue that's working for the guys. Not the longest, but certainly pretty steep. And we are currently in the middle of Snowboard Men. We have ski men and ski and snowboard women coming up for you a little bit later on.
That's right, just looking at the replay of Alexandre Alfano's run just now. Tidy, shifty into that gully, but it looks like he got hung up and coming onto the other side of the ridge, and I think he might have caught heel edge and tumbled a couple of times. So put his best in, but I think that so far out of the 2 riders we've had, Shin Pijama will be clearly ahead.
Yep. Next in then, a little bit of a Spanish contingent actually. Sergi Diaz will be our 3rd contestant. Certainly in good spirits at the riders' meeting earlier on in the week.
Yes, that's right. The Spanish crew is always pretty excited to be here. I really enjoy the positive vibes that they bring. Some people got a little bit down on the venue, but I think a lot of people are really stoked about how deep the snow is and how much fun they're going to have. And as long as you're bringing that and showing the judges you're having a good time, then I think you're going to do well.
Absolutely.
I believe that Danny Fornell Pratt out of Andorra is also tokenly counted as part of the Spanish crew. Speaks the Spanish and I think rides with these guys and takes a lot of inspiration from the snowboarders. So this guy's an inspiration to skiers as well, just like a lot of us skiers try to copy you guys, right?
There we go.
So, looks like counting them in.
I think that's the wrong graphic there. Just
10,
had
9,
Alexander.
7.
We have bib number 3.
5,
There we go.
And there we go.
3,
Sergio Diaz.
1, drop in.
I'm excited for this.
Let's see what he's got here then.
Already getting a little bit rutted out in that first turn there.
Yeah.
Wonder what that's going to be like by the end of the day.
Right, our first rider then to go skiers right off the top. And it is deep down
So
there. Isn't
deep.
it? Oh my goodness, every turn it just, you're gone, you're in the white room. I mean,
Yeah.
struggling to see already a little bit under that little branch.
Yeah, he knows where he's going, trying to keep his speed. Going far, right is right. And hopefully he's not going too far because there is a closed cliff to the left of the trees that you can see at the left of your screen. But no, he's got a gully lined up which looks like is going to be a good time.
Well, let's be honest, scoring aside, that will feel amazing right now.
Bit of a goggle white mid-run.
And now this part actually doesn't really look like it, but there is a bit of a drop here. He just seems to have hung up. He's slowed down a
Yeah,
little.
he's trying to get onto those cliffs, but with that deeper snow, it can be hard.
Yeah.
Looking for that pillow, but might have to say no. And he's caught up on his nose, unfortunately. Bit of slough coming down there with him. And more than a few tumbles, unfortunately. So Sergio Diaz probably also going to be a bit disappointed with that. Smooth run until then, although I don't think he could get on the features that he was aiming for.
Yeah, a bit of a shame. There is a little bit of slough actually. There's from what I gathered, Sammy was telling Sammy Antomat, one of the safety guys for this course, was saying that there's a couple of inches of just a different layer of snow on the top there that can could slough a little bit.
Yeah, I think the temperature has changed between the snowfall that we had in the last few days, the short break that we had yesterday when they fitted the face inspection in, and now. So this new snow is coming at a slightly different temperature. It's not necessarily bonding as well as the snow before, so a bit of that slough coming off the top layer there.
Sergi there, you kind of just get the sense he was looking for something, almost like he, traversing across to try and find something. How much do the judges, take that into account? I mean, obviously, if you're traversing to find a cliff or a drop and you make that drop, then, that traverse will be discounted. Yeah.
I mean, like, as long as you get to the feature you're looking for, you can kind of make up for traversing. They prefer fast, fluid, four-line skiing.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it looks like Sergio wasn't able to get on top of the features he was looking for, which kind of means that traverse would probably almost be worse than just riding straight down. I guess he did some really nice smooth riding at the start, but it's part of picking your line and knowing that you have an early bib number that you're not going to have tracks to follow to carry speed. So I guess at the end of the day, it can be a little bit more to it than meets the eye, that it wasn't just he couldn't make the feature. Maybe he's put the track in for somebody else to get there.
Well, next in, bib number 5, Sweden's Cody Bramall. Now, this guy, a couple of fourth places, couple of seconds, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. 22 years of age. And, well, let's see what he's got. I mean, this is his canvas right here, isn't it?
Part of a really solid Swedish crew. We've got a big contingent here of rippers, really ambitious, motivated guys. And I'm excited to see what he's got for us today.
Keeps the high line straight out the gate there, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that's even further riders left than anyone's gone so far. And he is just getting pitted.
Oh!
Nice. Nose but a 3. Showing he's enjoying himself, but unfortunately going down. I think tries to bring it back up switch, but another has a little hang up again after that. Another nose but a 3, or maybe 3. Kind of hard to see with this much snow in the air.
There's a lot of bumps and undulations that you can't really see. Oh, that was a big old drop.
Yeah.
Just seemed to be in the air forever.
Sends it with a nice indie.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, he's got his hands halfway up. Is that a part claim? I'm happy with half of that run.
Half a claim.
Sure.
A half claim.
Yeah, it's the same as one hand all the way up.
Well, Cody went for it, didn't he?
Nice to see them enjoying You know, nose butters really seem like such a fun thing to do on a snowboard.
I guess when, you know, your contest venue like this is a little short, you've got to try and pack it in, haven't you?
That's right. And show
Get
the
it
judges that you know what you're doing, you're enjoying it. Let's see that again. Pits himself. Sets it up.
You.
Yeah, and that was a
Nice.
frontside nose butter, followed by a backside. No. Indy.
There's that drop.
Yeah.
Just seemed to keep going.
I think he spun both ways in this run too, which is something I believe the judges are interested in.
Right, frontside spin and a backside spin.
Yeah, I think might have been a frontside nose butter and a backside
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
So I think that will be up there, not topping Shin Bijama. Shin Bijama was just really fast and fluid, and I don't think he really had any issues. Most of the other snowboarders, in fact, all 3 of the others that have ridden so far, I believe, have had some kind of issues with control, putting hands down or having a full tumble.
Well, we're not getting any scores. There's no live updates for scores at the moment. We will get them you as soon as we know them here in the booth. If you're a little late joining us, konnichiwa, hello and welcome. Tim and Neil Williman here in the booth, taking you through all the proceedings live from Japan. There we are. Hello. Good morning. And yeah, this is it. 4-star qualifier live from Hakuba.
I'm so pumped.
Yeah, it is good. We've got men's snowboard currently taking place. We've got men's skiing a little bit later on. And we were talking actually before the broadcast about your FOMO, because kind of a little bit of you wishes you were up there in the start gate.
Yeah, there is definitely a part of me that wishes I was there. This is one of the first seasons that I haven't done much competing. So we've got the scores coming in now. Let's see. 57.3 for Cody Bramwell. So that's marked out of 100 if you weren't aware of that. And also 50 would be riding down confidently without doing any features, basically.
Okay.
So that's saying that, Cody, you've ridden down well, you've put in some style. You probably would have scored a bit higher than that if you hadn't had those control issues. But clearly the amount of air that you popped, grabs that you did, you know, nose butters and stuff have brought you up above that
7,
average mark.
6, 5, 4,
Right. Nikolai
3,
Götz from
2,
Germany
1,
next
drop
in.
it.
Lives in Innsbruck in Austria. Actually competed in the 2-star event, which was held here earlier in the week. 26th place in there. It's not the best run for him there, but hopefully he can improve here in the 4-star.
That's right. 26th place can mean that you went for it and crashed. So let's see if he's got some more going for it for us today. You can see the drone there filming. He's got over to the rider's right side a lot faster than Sergi managed to. So he's going to use Sergi's track and get to those features.
Looks like he's come down inside this gully a bit more.
Yeah, that's a completely different line. First person we've seen go here so far. And hopefully knows his way through those trees because it looks pretty tight. Not sure if we have a cameraman in those trees.
Yeah, well, we're looking as well. Oh, he's going to hit this drop.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Straight through the gully. And just getting pitted. Nice. Solid through there. And keeps it on his feet
well held.
the whole way.
Did he? Oh, God, we lost him on the screen there.
Yeah, it did look like he was getting a little bit wild as he went out of view there, but I was impressed. You know, there's low visibility and a lot of snow. He's really holding on to some high speed through that steep section.
Shikshin. All right. Well, we'll see some of these replays.
Yeah.
Visibility a little bit flat. Some flat light out there.
Yeah, I think the sun's kind of starting to peek through the
It
clouds
is,
a
yeah.
little bit behind us, but coming from behind you, it doesn't always help. Yes,
He's
what I was
almost
talking
falling down
about.
that
Yeah.
section. It's so
Controlled
steep.
fall.
Yeah.
And then not sure if he was really going for that ollie or not, and still quite backseat. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
He
so
landed
stayed
that,
on his
stomped
feet
it,
there.
stomped it. Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, not many people have managed to stay on their feet the whole way down so far, so yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah. Well, our next rider up in the start gate, another Swede. 33 years of age with a very casual style. It is Christopher Granbom. Second, he's had a second actually on the Freeride World Tour in Val Nord last year. So this man, no stranger to the podium.
No, Christopher's a friend of mine actually, and I've been riding with him this week. He's really been enjoying the deep snow. He got his fish board out and slashing all over the place. I think it's really good to see someone that's been competing for a while just to let their hair down and relax a little bit, enjoy the snow. It's, at the end of the day, it's what we all do it for. So I'm psyched for him. I think he's going to have fun on the way down here.
Well, let's see what he's got.
Going rider's right as well.
Yep.
Into the Gnar. Yeah, Christopher's been competing for quite a long time and really fought his way onto the World Tour.
I mean, he's a product of the qualifiers, isn't he, as well? He, you know, he's come up through the ranks and
Yeah, it's exactly right. It's a product of the qualifiers teaching people how to ride comps, I guess. It's a slightly different style of riding to... Oh, yeah.
Nice turns.
And he is just flying through here.
Straight down the throat of it.
Yeah.
We lost him there in a turn.
Wonder if he's trying to get on top of that feature. And nice grab, but a bit of a butt check. Wonder if it's getting a little bit cut up down through there now. Nice run from Ground Boom.
Good work.
I know that he's excited to be standing in the start gate. Travis Rice, who I believe is up next. And I believe that his mum sent him a message saying, it doesn't matter, you're competing against one of the best in the world, just make sure you get down safely. It looks like he's done that.
Did his mum really say that?
Yeah, and he said, come on, Mum. But I think he really meant, yeah, älskar dig, Mama. That means I love you in Swedish.
Here we see the replay. There was that couple of nice turns at the top.
Yeah, I think.
Boom.
Yeah, that slash.
That gully, you can see the goggle wipe as well.
Exactly. He's been finding some natural national half pipes this week and really showing that he's been finding and enjoying those. A little bit of a butt check will probably hurt his score though, and it is a 36.33. So they're counting that butt check as a crash. Fair enough. That's always going to bring your score down for a total loss of control. I think he'll be disappointed with that since the rest of his run was pretty aesthetic, pretty easy on the eye, but got to stay in control.
Well, here we go then. Almost the godfather of backcountry freestyle, Mr. Travis Rice. His first foray into the Freeride World Qualifiers. And, I mean, you don't want to big him up too much, but a bit of an honour to have him here, really.
It is, really, isn't it?
You know,
I think a lot of people were impressed to be sitting next to him at the riders' meeting.
He's been super pumped to be here. He's been loving it so far, so let's see what he's got. A lot of pressure on him, you've got to say. He's delivered standout conduct movie parts. Nice big frontside air to start things off.
Absolutely.
Charging down through here.
Just enjoying himself. And a big 7 stomps it.
Goodness gracious.
Wow. And a big 3. What was that?
Oh my goodness gracious me.
Travis Rice, stop it. That was sick.
That will take some beating. I mean, in the flat light conditions we've seen, really, that was absolutely head and shoulders above what we've seen.
It was, really.
I was just
solid.
I was just about to say the man was under pressure to deliver, being a video rider that, you know, when you watch his movies, you see all these amazing tricks, but obviously, you know, there's a few attempts to get it. Here, he gets one go.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else. Starts things off.
So confident, so styly.
He just seems to have his legs turned on, and he's obviously spotted this hip here.
It's like he's riding a different mountain. I mean, he just floated that. That was deep. And stompies.
Huge 720, and then the 360 from nowhere just seemed to stall in midair.
Did he even turn between those hits?
Wow. All
96.
Right. Oh, my God.
Wow, like you say, that is going to be a tough one to beat.
I think that clip will be played around the internet for the next couple of weeks.
Yes, I do too.
Sure.
Travis Rice, hats off.
I mean, let's break it down a little bit. It's a smaller run. It's perhaps going to suit, I think we said at the start, it's perhaps going to suit a more freestyle-orientated rider, isn't it?
That's right.
Venue.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Sometimes you get bigger venues that are steeper and more technical, and it kind of suits the racer background people that can ride really fast and in control, but maybe don't have so many tricks. Whereas Travis, he's good at that, but he's good at this too, and I think he's really showed us how to play with a venue like this, how to make it fun and how to make it impressive.
Well, let's crack on, because there's still second and third place to divvy up here. let's not get ahead of ourselves. We could see something amazing go down.
This guy's podium this week.
Absolutely, second place at the 2-star. This is Yuta Kobayashi. Now, what has he got? Another local rider riding here in Hakuba. Has he ridden this venue before?
Does it air at that top section?
Huge air, yeah.
Don't think anyone else has done that.
I think, to be fair, if you carry a lot of speed through these sections, there's quite a lot of hits where you'll get unwanted air, whether you want it or not. But he's charging this top section.
Natural half-pipe, just like Christopher Grandboom, slashing those walls. But now he's going like Nikolai Gertz into the trees.
Yep.
Pretty tight, but what can you find in there? Point out the gully to the bushy ear, maybe? Let's see.
Let's see. We've kind of lost him here on the screen a little bit, just like you at home. There he is.
Coming out. hoping for another feature, I believe, trying to traverse over to the next drop. Stopping does not do any good for your score, so I think hesitation's kind of one of the things you're really trying to avoid. And unfortunately, he has got that takeoff angle a bit funky, landed side hill and had a couple of tumbles.
Well, that just shows how steep it is on that section. I mean, he fell at the top and he just kept going, didn't he?
Yeah, it's pretty tough to stop. And like I was saying before, with the convex nature of that face, you can't see anything as you come into it. So it's really difficult not to hesitate, but it's something the judges are really looking for. It shows you confident and aggressive. So that's part of the fluidity and control that we're talking about before. But really nice air out the top. I don't think anyone else has even tried that. Stomps it. And then just gets petted as, bro.
We said earlier about, you know, the riders get one go. They get one go on this face. Talk us through inspection. I mean, how does that work for the riders? They get to come and, just have a look at the face and that's it?
Yeah, that's right. They were at the bottom of this face yesterday. Yesterday was one of the first times we've seen the sun in the whole week we've been here. And so they were quickly here with the binoculars, taking a lot of photos, making sure that they could look at things from different angles. I think there might have even been drones involved trying to have a look. I'm not sure about that, but it would be a good idea.
Good idea.
Yeah, so they're trying to take photos from as many different angles as they can, which is basically just walking around the whole finish area, the bottom of the face, and trying to assess which of the lines is going to be the most fun to ride, something they can ride quickly and stylishly, and show those judging criteria we were talking about before, not just your line choice, but your fluidity, control, technique, and the air and style. So would you say that Travis has gone ahead and maybe not the line choice. I mean, it wasn't like the steepest technical part, but fluidity, control, technique, and air and style was just all so out of the park.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's yeah. Those scores have bumped up everything else for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there.
To be fair, though, I'm not sure if there's many really technical lines here. I mean, the steeper stuff that we've just seen the guys going through the trees and the gullies and things, I guess they could bump up your line score a little bit there, but I mean the tricks that Travis was doing would be really, really difficult to do in that section. So it's all about where you're riding what suit you.
Well, that's it. They've all, as we said at the start, they've all got the same canvas to paint on here, and so Utah 54.33.
Mr. Kobayashi coming in above the average score. They must have really liked that top section since he had a control issue down the bottom. That would have brought his score down quite a lot, so I think he might have been sitting pretty high and probably around about the podium until that tumble out the bottom.
So,
10,
Ludovic
9,
Guillaudia
8, 7,
coming out of France,
6,
full border cross rider.
5, 4, 3,
I didn't know that. Competed with him on the World Tour and never knew that. Current World Tour rider, I believe. Definitely at least former World Tour rider, always charging.
No stranger to throwing a snowboard around if he's a border cross rider, and he's absolutely flying down. Look at this.
Sure is. Finding some nice... Oh! He found some nice stuff, and then I think he maybe found some old tracks.
I mean, that's almost an indication of how flat the light is.
Yeah, I think so too.
That landing came out of absolutely nowhere for him. He didn't have his legs turned on. But he's managed the high line through this section here.
Possibly with the aid of tracks from previous riders.
Yeah, Utah couldn't make it round that far.
No, but
steep here, though.
Nice, Ludo. Pretty flat completion out the bottom of that, but deals with it well. He's had a couple of control issues, but not a full tumble. So something that the judges differentiate between and loss of control is, you know, putting your hands down, putting your back down, putting your butt down, and then, you know, having a full tumble or more down the slope. So, yeah, I think Ludo will be a little bit disappointed with that. He's looking really strong at the top, but maybe the cut-up snow and visibility kind of had the best of him down the bottom.
Well, the sun is coming out a little bit. We can see it starting to rear its head through the trees. You maybe see it at the top of your shot there a little bit. So hopefully the light will improve for the riders as we go on throughout the day. This is the Freeride World Qualifier, the 4-star event coming live from the Hakuba Valley in the heart of the Japanese Alps.
And just watching Ludo's run there, I think that he got caught up a little bit in some of the air pockets that you'll find around bushes. When it snows on bushes and it doesn't completely collapse them, it's not as dense as it is when the snow is not around some trees and shrubs. So I think that maybe his nose got caught as he tried to get to that takeoff, which didn't help him out.
Well, we'll see what the judges make of it.
But impressive riding nonetheless today so far. Deep snow, convex terrain. It's been really fun to watch. Can't stop saying how psyched I am.
It's probably not helping the FOMO too much, though. You're probably like wishing you were up there.
Yeah, exactly.
Little cheeky little hike up afterwards, maybe me and you could go and have a cheeky line.
I have my skins.
There you go. All right, Brian Bozak will be next to drop, coming out the USA, 9th in Chamonix in 2015. Former World Tour rider.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't commentate. I've started thinking I'm a commentator all the time now.
You are a commentator all the time.
I guess I am now. I competed with him. Ludo, 42, just under 42.
Yeah.
Liked his line, liked his aggressive, controlled start, but unfortunately came a little bit unstuck at the end, and that's why he's below that average of 50. But Brian Bozak next in the gate. I liked how you called him Brozak before.
Brozak.
Yeah, I like
Sorry.
No, it's good. I might start calling him that too. Really nice guy, really genuine shredder, does it for the love of it. He's been on the World Tour. He's not on the World Tour at the moment. Still rides really hard. I was out there riding by myself at Hapaoni the other day, the closest ski resort that this is pretty much accessed from, and bumped into him also riding by himself, and we found some really good stuff to shred together. So it's nice to see that people they're doing it for themselves, doing it for the love of it. They're in Japan, they're making the most of it, and I know that this guy is.
Well, you almost see him there mentally throwing getting a bit of muscle memory rocking, just throwing the shoulder there a little bit. Are we expecting a little backside spin from him? Well, if he's a regular rider, it would be a backside spin.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen him trick that much. He's a bit of a classic rider with his really long boards and flowy, aggressive style. So maybe he's just warming himself up. But you never know. You never know these days. Maybe he's keen to prove himself on the freestyle-orientated venue you're talking about.
Well, he's a goofy rider, so riding with the right foot forward. If you are new to snowboarding, and
that's what I mean.
That would have felt nice.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what he loves.
Big flowing turns from Brian.
Can see he's enjoying that.
He's got his legs turned on down through there.
Yeah, that was solid. I think it was a bit more fluid and controlled and with good technique through that section, if you will. So I think the judges will like that.
Is he going to try and pick his way through there? Is he going to come down the skier's left, the right-hand side into this gully? We've lost him as well, people.
Yeah, I think he's going into that straight line gully the same as the other snowboarders. I guess probably like the look of it from the bottom, but maybe not as much from the top. No, he's got onto this ridge.
He's on a tree. He's on a fallen. All right.
Managed to get someone in no ass has gone so far, and he's looking confident too.
Now this is pretty much vertical through here.
Yeah, pretty steep stuff. And as I was saying, it's easy to get your board caught up in the little air pockets around the branches. There you go, dropping in, goes for the double. Nice.
Yes.
Brozak, sending it.
Yes, Brian Brozak. Gets the double line in through there.
That's
just
the
a little
first
butt check,
double.
maybe.
Yeah, I think the hesitation above the drop was potentially more harmful to his score than the
Right.
landing. I know that this is Brian's favorite to get into the tech nah. I know that's really what he loves to do, but sometimes it means it takes a little while to get there, and the judges don't always like that. I know he's been disappointed with that in the past, but it's cool to see that him just sticking to his style and doing what he loves. Big air for today.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
I'll give him that for sure.
Yeah. And the wide arm surf out.
There you go.
I like that run. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously
that's
had a lot
nice.
of fun.
I think that could be second place for me.
I
Oh,
know
you
that
think the
judges
hesitation-
really don't like the hesitation.
Really?
Yeah, it's which suits some people's styles and not other people's styles. I think it doesn't suit Brian's style so much, but they've kind of had to say this is how it is. Everyone knows that's how it is, just to keep it fair. So yeah, he's got a 47.
The fluidity that you spoke about before.
Exactly.
Just keeping it rocking. So 47.3. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's,
coming in just under an average line, which would probably be due to small control issues and long hesitation. So I think Brian will probably be a little bit disappointed with that, but I'm still happy that he did it, and hopefully he is too.
I mean, if you want to talk about fluidity and hesitation, then yeah, you've got to look at the man that's currently sitting in first place. I mean, there was no hesitation at all, was it, from Travis?
Not
just
one
straight
bit.
down, top to bottom.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
It was like he was riding with sunshine visibility when everyone else had black goggles on.
Yeah. Well.
Travis Rice. No, Brian Bozak.
Well, there we go. Little finish line camera in action now. There he is.
Yeah, I thought it might be podium position, but it's finish line area.
And you said earlier, this boy never far from a smile.
Yeah, he's a stoker. He's a frother.
There we go. So next in will be Andreas Zweibrot from Austria.
Whoa!
Oh, my goodness.
Just sending it out of the gate. Maybe even a little bit too ambitious on that one. Maybe he saw one of the earlier Japanese riders, I think it was Kyuta Kobayashi, went really big and stomped that drop off the top. So maybe he thought it was easier than it looked. You to make it look so smooth. Unfortunately, it hasn't worked out quite as well for him, but just quick into that gully.
Oh, that was nice. Oh, my goodness, that was bigger than he thought as
Another
well.
big, yeah. Yeah, I like his line choice here. If he'd ridden that really well, I think he would have done really good in the scores. You know, his line choice is right up there for me, but unfortunately the fluidity control and technique have probably let him down a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, this man, he won the 2-star in Hakuba.
Big out of the gate. Into a double.
Ooh, straight into the back seat.
Yeah, I think he didn't get as much response from that lip as he was hoping on the takeoff.
Yeah, rocked out the lazy boy. And here we see, off the toes, just again, probably almost caught him a little bit by surprise.
Yeah,
These flat
cut up
conditions.
landings.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of compression out of that one as well. It looks quite steep, but it's easy to get over it onto the flatter part. So.
Yeah. Well, Andreas won the 2-star here earlier in the week.
Not sure if he's going to be on the podium today, though. I know we haven't seen all the scores from the people, but I mean, obviously Travis right up there. I can't imagine anyone's close to him. Shin Biyajama was up there for me as well, going all the way back to the first bib. He was smooth and solid, put in another couple of good grabs. Don't think he really had any control issues, and I don't know if the judges give him credit for being first out of the gate in the deep snow or not, but you know, he certainly dealt with it well. So Andreas, sub 30.
Yeah, not
Won't
great.
be his favorite day. Good to see him sending, though. Go down swinging, buddy. And the sun coming out a little bit more now. I'm not sure if you can see that on your screen, but just poking through the clouds, doing its best.
I mean, you get a real, if you look there above the word home on the Audi banner, just at the top right there, top left there, excuse me, you just get a real sense of just how steep that bottom section is. And I think that actually this camera, when the camera is directly on the face like this shot here, it does, you know, you get quite a foreshortening. You lose that perception of just how steep it is.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently in real life, if you're looking at a face, you can look at it straight on and then turn your head sideways. And if it looks like the top gets further away, then it's steep. Something like
that is brilliant.
Someone told me, I don't know, I think I saw that in a movie actually, but not sure if it works on a TV screen.
I quite like it anyway. All right, well, another one of our Spanish riders. I'd certainly give this guy I'd give him the gold medal for being the happiest, most positive dude around. David Vicente from the Basque Country.
Yeah, riding quickly too. Nice method out of that.
Beautiful. Well, certainly no stranger to the freestyle side of things.
Just surfing those turns. Mixing up the Shin Bijama and the Brian Bozak so far. Liking it.
Well, like you say, this gully now those hits will start to appear a little bit more the more the riders come down here, and almost a natural little half pipe.
Yeah. Oh, great. Great run there. Puts it a bit sideways and might have crashed, unfortunately. Yeah, I think he has. Oh, that's a shame. That was a bit of a sad ending to a great run.
Yeah.
Still has his helms in the air at the bottom, though. He's stoked and he's enjoyed it. But, unfortunate. I think that would have been right up there for me if he hadn't had that control issue at the bottom. I mean, endurance gear, I believe. Danny Fornell Pratt. Thick as thieves. Are a tight little bunch. Always bringing smiles to other people's faces and always got one on their own. So hopefully he does after that, too. That was an impressive run. Really nice to watch. Just came a little bit unstuck at the bottom there.
Yeah, let's see this replay. I think this is the error down here. Again, trying to just cut across on his toes to get that drop.
And I think he's hit the other side of the half pipe without seeing it was coming that fast. Pretty steep, huh?
Coming out of Vitoria, Spain, as we said, never far from a smile, that boy.
Yeah.
Certainly goes home the most stoked rider. He's been absolutely loving his time here in Japan.
That's a win in itself. Yeah, as we were talking about before, the convex nature of this face, especially on that looker's left, rider's right-hand side, through those bushes and shrubs and things. From the top, all you can see is what looks like a cliff. He's got his hands up. He's stoked. He's happy with that ride. It was deep snow. And he's actually scored a 60.
Yeah.
Even due to that control issue at the bottom. They must have loved his run above that. I mean, I did too.
Well, the 13 there that you saw on your screens, that's not his position. That's just his bib number. So no confirmed positions as of yet. I've not been writing scores down, so that's not very skillful of me. But our next rider from Switzerland, 19th place on the 2-star, Tibor Sesti.
We haven't seen anyone going riders left for a little while. It's quite a few at the start doing this, but
yeah,
seems to be lining up some kind of drop behind the trees we can't quite see from here.
oh, some nice turns. Oh,
Getting
look
a
at
bit
that.
back seat though. Ah, he's recovered
Just,
quickly.
yeah.
These ridges must be really hard to spot. Hopefully those bushes give it a bit more definition. Ah, that ridge though. Look at that ridge line. I just want to shrelp down that. That looks fantastic. And so does he. He is getting a monk, setting off some slough, hoping to not get caught up in those bushes with a slightly more hollow snow. Just so he is straight over them and out.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, how do you think that's going to compare to the other runs?
I don't know. It's a real difficult one. Really nice second half. Bit of hesitation there. Like you say, didn't want to get caught up on those bushes. Almost a run of 2 halves that for me, really. Well, a run of 3 halves. Just a little mistake there.
Yeah, that'll count him down.
But other than that, everything else was really nice. Some nice fluid turns at the top.
Creative. No one else has really gone there, but had to hesitate to get there. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not a judge right now.
Well, that's why we're sitting here doing the easy job.
It's easy to talk about how great everything is.
Well, I think we said 19th at the 2 start earlier in the week. So let's see.
Well, he'll improve on that today.
Yeah. Well, definitely, because there's only 14 riders.
That's right. Might even be the best from his country.
I think he will be the best from his country.
Yeah.
Great show of riders.
Yeah, like we were saying
from all
earlier.
over, yeah.
9 countries, 14
Represented.
riders. So
That's amazing.
there's not many double-ups. I think that's even more countries than we had in the skiing guys category, and there's more guys in the skiing guys, and a guy from Andorra, which is kind of like, you know, cheating to bump up the country numbers,
Yeah,
really.
absolutely.
Got Norwegian next, I believe. And how do you say this guy's name?
Well, I was educated in Birmingham, England, so you must excuse me. Ole Andre Scott.
Yeah, it's pretty good, actually.
Is that all right?
It's pretty good, yeah.
From a man that speaks Swedish. That was, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait for the scores. Timor 55, 6, 7 then.
Yeah, they must have really liked that top half. He probably got marked a little bit down for his lack of control on the second air and his hesitation above the bushy bottom section. But, you know, it's cool to see that people are getting rewarded for the good stuff they're doing, as well as the scores having to be brought down a little bit when they make mistakes.
Well, Ole Andre will be the last of our men here at the Freeride World Qualifier 4-star in Hakuba. Ski men, ski women, snowboard women, just around the corner. But the 27-year-old now has the unenviable task of going last. A little bit, I guess he's got the ski men up there for company.
And he on course. He on course. The last snowboarder of the guys before we have skiers, before the girl snowboarders. And he is following what I'm going to call the Travis line. Nice flow to air off that. Is that where Travis popped his first grab?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's where Travis's 7 was. I'm sorry to compare everything to him, but it's hard not to, isn't it?
It is hard not to. Well, you can see not much definition there that we can see. But he's holding this nice.
Yeah, that was smooth.
Oh, we
that
lost
was a smooth
pictures.
run.
There we go.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. I think that for me, that's kind of, you know, between the Shin kind of line, Shin Biyajama, which is interesting that the first and the last snowboarder choose to ride quite similar stuff. You know, usually it matters that it get cut up in between, but I think Shin had a little bit more foreline, a little bit more grabs and control. He looked a little bit backseat in the air, but he stomped everything. Did Ole Andre. But it really shows you that you can get compared against other people when you ride the same line as them. And when you're riding the same line as Travis and not spinning, I guess it's tough. You know, that looked good, and it would have looked great if Travis hadn't done what he did.
Yeah, I think it does just go to show. I mean, Travis is an exceptional snowboarder, but he's really thrown down here. But
I mean, that was nice. That was a big
old drop,
smooth, floaty frontside shifty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I may be being a little bit harsh on him. That was a pretty good run, actually. It just had my mind blown a little bit earlier.
Well, a couple of firsts to his name. He won the 2-star Arc 1950 last season. Won
That's
the
Lazark, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. One X override as well.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So he's, you know, no stranger to the top of the podium, the 27-year-old.
Well, I think
he
he could do
actually,
quite
you know,
well
he was
there.
struggling. He was really ill at the riders' meeting. He was,
Really?
yeah, he wasn't too well at all. Was old Alejandre, but
Yeah, a few people got sick on the way over, didn't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
But well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Snowboard men done and dusted. Konnichiwa, welcome to the Hakuba Valley. My name's Tim Ward. This man right here taking us through everything technical and knowledgeable is Neil Williman, and you've got to say it's been an amazing start.
Yeah, it has been fantastic to watch. I mean, that snow is just so deep and people are really enjoying it. I think that it's been interesting to see that on the right side of the venue, it's probably been a bit easier to just get through there, like Alejandre did, who scored just under 50. So I think that that's kind of showing that when you're riding down the normal way to go, if you will, the way you probably ride if you weren't doing a competition, and riding that well, then that's a 50. I guess is a kind of easy way to describe the judging without going into the technical side of the things.
Well, let's take a look at the confirmed results list, and there we have it. So, third place goes to the man with the biggest smile here, David Vincenti from Spain. Shin Biagima, local rider here.
First rider out of the gate, too.
Yeah. But look at the score difference there with a 96, and you've got to say, an absolutely incredible run from the USA's Travis Rice.
That's right. Coming out the end of the pack now, we've usually got the people that have made a couple of mistakes there, had a loss of control or a crash. Most of those guys are really sending it, and not all of them didn't work out for all of them today. So,
Right, well, we've got the ski men straight away now, so we can almost just move over, right?
So, for the ski men, let's see what we got. On the start list, we have got a stacked list here today. Wow. Rainer Barkerud, former Freeride World Tour champion, formerly. We've got Danny Pratt, also from the World Tour. Carl Regner Eriksson, he won the Swedish Big Mountain Championships. Ivan Malikov, also on the Freeride World Tour. You know, I'm sure that Loic, Julian, and Ryuta Yoshida are amazing as well, but they're a huge company here. Jordan Brichot, World Tour. Christopher Sturell, World Tour and Swedish Big Mountain Championship winner. Gorak Wadek throws crazy backflips off everything. Mikael Strauss, known as Sender Strauss. Got Sebastian Varlet, he goes crazy too. Big, strong French contingent here. I'm just stoked to see these guys throw down today.
Well, this is going to be a good section, isn't it, now? And, I mean, the only thing is that they won't have seen what's gone before them, will they? Like, you talk about this being a convex face. You know, they see two turns from the riders and then they pretty much can't see anything, can they?
Exactly. And sometimes, depending on the venue, you can watch a few of the first people and then kind of maybe change your line a little bit or whatever you need to do. But in this case, everyone's been at the top the whole time. So the only thing you're seeing is two turns and maybe coming out the very bottom.
Well, the first rider in for the men will be another Japanese rider, Ryuya Yoshida.
And I see he's riding on Dynafits there. He is riding on touring bindings. That is a setup that is great for going uphill really fast and not usually used for freeride competitions.
For coming downhill fast.
Bamboo poles and a big backpack, and I'm loving that this guy is just rocking his everyday get up, and he looks stoked.
Boom, and he's in.
First gear on course.
We can hear actually just a little bit out of the way from the bottom of the face, but we can hear some whoops and hollers from probably quite a few spectators down in the bottom.
Yeah, people are stoked. And so is he. He's getting pitted. Nice crossed up mute grab. Yeah, putting it sideways, but losing a bit of control there. I think he's had a full tumble and stopped in the snow, unfortunately. Wonder if touring boots are a little bit soft for this deeper snow. I'm sure there's a few people that disagree with me there.
Well, would this almost be the benchmark for the skiing now here?
Yeah,
for
I
the
mean,
judges, do you think?
I think this is probably going to be below the benchmark. He's had a loss of control. He's traversing into features, hesitating quite a lot. I don't think this is going to be around the 50 mark. I'd say it's going to be significantly below it. He's looked a bit wild here, unintentional Lincoln loop.
I was going to say that. He didn't mean that, did
no,
he?
Recovers well.
Yeah.
And puts in another crossed up mute grab, takes it deep, but I
Huge at
think
the
he front punches on landing there. Front punches when your tips dive and you go over the front in a front roll. Sometimes you can ski out of it, and he kind of did, but significant lack of control during that run. Significant stoke as well. Like, you know, he was really enjoying it, but at the same time, it's off that first air, he's getting a bit backseat. Yeah, also we have a little bit of a problem with the audio. Do you know what's going on there?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a technical delay. If you are on Facebook, we're in a very remote area, as you can appreciate here in the backcountry, so bear with us as we do try and rectify any of the technical issues that we are having. But we do thank you for joining us here. Thanks for checking in. Hopefully you're enjoying these pictures just as much as we are, and the action just as much as we are right here, live from Japan in the Hakuba Valley. So please just sorry for any technical issues that we are experiencing, but we will get them rectified as soon as possible.
Yeah, I guess what we're trying to say is if we sound for a bit behind the 8 ball, then it's not just because of us.
Yeah.
But Ryuya Yoshida? Do you think that's it? Ryuya Yoshida. Yeah, I think he was one of the higher ranked guys in the 2-star, I believe. Is that how he's here today?
I think so.
Far right or middle?
Okay, so
Middle right.
going for it after all. Now we have Jonas Monin. Jonas? Yeah, skiing out of Switzerland. So we've got 7 different countries, I believe, in this 22-strong field of skiing guys. Don't know Jonas so well. I haven't seen him in the other 4-star competitions. That may mean that he's a new arrival on the scene, or it may mean that he's just started competing.
Extreme right or middle?
Well, if you're watching via the Freeride World Tour, this is a Freeride World Qualifier. It's a 4-star. It's the highest tier of Freeride World Qualifier. If you think of it, if you like your football or your soccer, then this would be the Championship to the Premier League, or the Serie B to the Serie A.
Genau.
And so it's definitely a stepping stone. I mean, not only is this great for all the riders, it's a great way to earn points in order to get onto the Freeride World Tour. That's obviously the aim for a lot of these riders.
Middle right.
But I mean, this is great for Japan. It's great for Asia. It's the Freeride World Tour, and we find ourselves here in Asia. The first time we've had an international freeride competition was just a few days ago, the 2-star event, and we followed it up swiftly with the 4-star event.
Could have done that shot now.
And apparently there is a lost ski in the snow somewhere. Our last competitor, Ryuya Yoshida, has apparently lost the snow in the ski, and that would be really hard to find, I guess. So until that gets found, we can't start the next competitor, unfortunately. I've seen people hit skis in the snow before, and it's usually pretty unpleasant. So we'd like to avoid that. So Jonas will probably have to wait for a little while and start get up there. You can see him turning his helmet camera off. But just to elaborate a little bit on what you were saying before, this is the first 4-star event in Asia, if you do not count New Zealand as Asia, since Region 2 is called Eurasia often. So Region 2 being Europe, Asia, and now New Zealand and Australia getting Japan involved, which is fantastic to see. So we'll have a little bit of chat about the judging criteria, if you'd like, to expand a little bit on how these guys' scores are getting formulated. Lolo Bess, that is the man himself, head judge today. And look at this line. This is a line score line. It is super exposed. It is very difficult. Don't try this at home. It is the definition of technicality. Sam Smoothie and Andorra last year really did amazing stuff. You've got to ski them fluidly as well, though. You can't stop. You can't hesitate. I think some people might be a little bit surprised by the snowboarders' scores where they stopped and hesitated, because fluidity is such a big part of it. You want to see people riding top to bottom quickly and in control. These guys are demonstrating they know exactly what they're doing, and they're not going to fall in one of those dangerous areas on the exposed line. So control is just as important as line and as fluidity. Air and style, it's kind of the new thing. It's been added in the last few years to reward people that are doing tricks like backflips and 360s. Incredibly difficult, even more difficult than it looks, especially in the backcountry. And to pull these things off, you need to have good technique. And these guys really do. They need to have all that technique to bring the 4 other categories together. And in total, that's what the judges want to see.
Well, I'm very pleased that we're the ones in here watching and not judging.
Tough job.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think we're going to get back to it. I think that ski has been found. We've got our next rider. If you are just joining us, hello. Ski Men happening right now, live from the Hakuba Valley here. And we have Jonas Monin from Switzerland, ready to go.
Or do we?
A little bit of a boogie. Oh, no,
Is this a different rider now? We've got number 21 for some reason, Loic Burdi. I believe it was a different person to the one in the start gate, or maybe this is actually Jonas. I didn't quite see his bib, but as he's going fast out of the gate, we might not get much time to see. So I'm not sure if this is Jonas or Loic, but beautiful 360 nonetheless,
Nice.
and really fast off the next drop. A little bit backseat, but keeps it together and takes the next one deep too. Wow.
That's almost a drop or a bump that you've got no idea. So this is Loic Burry.
Yep.
What a run. That's first place
Wow,
for me.
that was
right there.
fast. And we have had confirmation that definitely is Loic Burry. I'm not sure why he dropped earlier than planned to, especially when Jonas was in the gate before that. Maybe it was something to do with the distraction of having to wait where the ski was found, but wow, doesn't really matter what person he's dropped. He has gone nuts.
Well, it's only when you see them ride that you start to see these features appear. Like that 360 came from nowhere, then a big drop, and then
Straight
again.
into the next feature.
Yeah.
Oh, and like you think that he's just trying to regain control, but he's just making sure he gets to the next feature. That was a really good run.
Yeah. Charged. Absolutely charged down there.
76.
Very nice.
Nice. So the scores aren't absolute. A 76 on one day does not necessarily mean a 76 on another day. So that's important to think of, because if you're comparing the scores against another competition, it's almost a little bit irrelevant, because one of the main things that they're used for, or pretty much the only thing that it's used for, is to make sure that the riders are ranked correctly with regard to each other.
Yep.
So a 76 doesn't necessarily mean that you could have done better. I mean, for sure you could have done better, but it's giving a bit of space for people that might do better than that.
Yeah.
You know, the judges are saying, you've done really good. We think we want a kind of quarter of the 100-point range left to rank other people in. But, you know, that 76 was maybe better than a 76 in one of the other categories could be.
Yeah.
Just if you're wondering at home why 50 in one category wasn't the same run as 50 in a different category.
So next to the top, is this Jonas now that we're getting? We did skip a few riders on our start list, so you might just have to bear with us while we try and catch up with these pictures as well. We can't see the top from our position here in the commentary booth.
And I see a head ski poking out of the start. I wonder if that is maybe Danny Fornell-Pratt, who was on the start list one before Loic Burry. Not sure why it's getting mixed up at the moment, but there can often be quite a few issues. Part of the difficulty of running a freeride skiing competition and snowboarding competition outside while it's snowing, quite remote from any civilization.
Well, I mean, you think about what we're doing here. We're nowhere near the ski lifts. We're nowhere
Not
near
at all.
a car park. We're nowhere near power. We're nowhere near Wi-Fi. And yet we're able to broadcast this glorious footage. And we're looking at bib 22.
So this is Carl Regnier Eriksson, one of the two Regnier Erikssons that are skiing today, or maybe even three. He is a champion of the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championships, which is competed against other big Scandinavian names, and he is a charger. What's he got for us today? He was on the brink of qualifying for the World Tour last season.
We've lost him.
Maybe lining up that same hit behind the trees that the snowboarders were hitting quite often?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully he hasn't had a control issue already. It'll be really disappointing for him to get hung up so quickly out of the gate. I mean, hopefully it's not our picture being frozen.
No, I can see the snow falling. I don't think it's the picture.
Okay.
So not the greatest of starts then for Carl.
Here he comes now.
Okay, we got him.
Obviously had some kind of control issue in there, which, yeah, I feel sorry for the young guy. He is a charger, absolute ripper, and probably looking to take it deep like he does there. Too fast to the camera. Big back flip and stomps it.
Beautiful.
Nice, Carl. Showing he can finish it off in style, hand in the air, gives a bow. Nice, good to see him happy.
That's a real shame when you look at the mistakes that have happened up top there.
Yeah, well, I wonder how they'll judge that, because they can only judge what they see. And
Right,
they
okay.
didn't see him if... Oh, no, he must have lost a ski. They've given him 0, so that must mean he's lost a ski. 0 is what you get if you lose or take off your equipment. Doesn't happen so often in snowboarding, but we might see a couple in skiing today, because as soon as you throw a shoe, even if you do a sick backflip like that afterwards, it is a 0, also known as a no score.
That's a shame. Next to the gates, next in the top then.
Even though I'm a big fan of Carl's, I'm going to have to kind of reprimand him a little bit here. It's a little bit frowned upon to go ahead with your run after losing a ski. You've already got a no score. You can't get a result. And if you do a big backflip like that and happen to crash again, maybe you lose a ski or get injured or something, I know it's not a high chance, but it kind of holds up the competition. So not next time, Carl, even though I am well impressed.
Oh, that's a little slap on the wrist, is it?
A little bit, yeah.
Ah.
So we're meant to have Ivan Melikov next, but I think we have Jordan Brichot, one after Ivan, and he is charging through the top section too.
I think this actually is Pierre Julien.
Ah, apologies.
Yeah, the French skier.
Okay. Well, we've definitely got a Frenchie on course, and he's definitely lining up the Travis line, if I may call it that. And skiing fast too.
Yeah, flying. And there is another drop here.
And another backy. Boom. Solid.
Yes.
Solid from the potentially unknown French. Scared.
Good work from Pierre.
Looks happy. Coming out with that big Japanese flag on his armband. First ever 4-star in Asia, and everyone wants to be a part of the podium for that.
Absolutely. Right, what we're looking at here then. Is this the first air at the top?
Yeah. Thinks about the shifty, goes for the boot touch.
And then the flip here.
Nicely laid out, perfectly controlled, puts it to his feet.
Very nice.
Nothing touches the ground except his skis, and that's exactly what the judges want to see. I mean, poles are allowed, but not recommended.
Yeah, so little claim for him there. He'll be stoked with that, and rightly so. Bib 28. It is Pierre Huilon. Excuse my French pronunciation.
That was a nice run. It's a nice run, Pierre.
And he's beaming, rightly
yeah,
so.
that
he's
feeling
buzzing.
at the bottom, you know, they've been building up to this all week. They've been scoping the face. They've been thinking about this. Sometimes it's even hard to sleep as a competitor. They've been up early this morning. I think they had to be at the bus at 7, up at 4:45 or something, and 64. He'll be happy with that, I think.
Yeah, well, second place for now. And like we said, you know, perhaps more suited to the freestylers, so to speak, the tricks. We've seen the runs with tricks are scoring good here, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. I haven't seen so many successful runs through the more technical midsection yet. So, yeah, you've got to be all-round skier to do good in all the competitions. And if you're good at backcountry freestyle, it looks like this might be the one that suits you.
Well, Jonas Munin, here we finally see him. He was locked and loaded and ready to go, but had a couple of riders since, a couple of skiers since, but he's now back in the start blocks, ready to charge.
Safety team looking on with their harnesses there in case they need to heli lift anybody out. Got a really solid safety crew here on board. A lot of behind-the-scenes work.
It's certainly not a case of just rocking up, throwing up a start gate and charging down, is it?
Not at all. There's been a big crew of people working hard on this all week to make sure it happens. So really stoked they've managed to find a suitable venue and secure it and get the live webcast going and the audio, even if it's delayed. I'm not sure if it still is, but monumental effort from the team here to keep things going.
Yeah, well done. The Freeride World Qualifier live from Hakuba Valley in Japan. And the next skier, Bib 17, will be Switzerland's Jonas Munin.
8, 7,
He's getting psyched.
5, 4, 3,
Channeling.
2, 1.
Taking the deep breath of...
Dropping in.
Yeah.
Managing to get a spray out of that first turn, even though we've had 20, 25 riders down there already.
Yeah.
Going a bit further lookers left than most of the rest of the crew. Getting those deep turns.
This is nice. Not a lot of hesitation. Good
yeah.
fluid.
Pushing his way through the
here.
trees.
He's staying high, isn't he, up through that
Yeah,
section?
do you think he's going to that next gully or coming back through the straight line that doesn't seem to work out for the snowboarders?
He is. He's coming back down this right-hand side.
And
Big
sending
drop.
it.
Oh,
But that compression in the outrun looks tough to take. I don't think anyone's done that smoothly. Giving us the hands up shows all right, but I think he'll be a little bit disappointed. Nice smooth run.
A ski as well.
Yeah. Don't want to be hiking up looking for a ski in the snow. Smooth through there, though. That was nice.
Yeah, real nice top section. Yeah, 0. Drop to ski. Kick to shoe, as you saw.
Through a shoe.
Through a shoe. I've never heard that one. Here we see, yeah, almost lands.
stomps it,
Yeah.
but then in the run out, just can't
Oh.
quite take the compression. I think they're skiing into the other side of the little gully there, and they've only got half a meter to make the turn. You got to be really pinpoint.
I think that ski's quite a way up there as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he is getting ready for a big hike.
Oh, God.
Wonder if they're going to send someone down to grab the ski.
Yeah, that is not fun.
No, you got to get the knees involved when you're hiking through snow that deep, as you can see he's doing. Often he goes skis, hands, knees, feet, repeat.
It's essentially like in the first Ghostbusters movie with Bill Murray, when they all get the marshmallowed at the end. You know, the big Stay Puft Marshmallow Man explodes and the marshmallow goes everywhere. That's essentially what that's like, trying to wade through that snow.
Except that Marshmallow Man has exploded all over this mountain for a week.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, well, our next skier, Alessandro Jossen, coming out of Switzerland.
Start list seems to be a little bit out of whack at the moment. I'm not sure exactly
I
why.
think they're just going whenever they want, aren't they? It's just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll go
could be.
next.
Props to the media team for keeping up with that. It's
7,
hard to get
6,
communication and
5,
get the right
4,
name on screen that
3,
quickly.
2,
This guy's
1.
nodding his head. Looks like he's got beats in his ears, and he is on course.
Or maybe they're just after a skier that they know is going to be cutting left as opposed to right.
That is completely logical.
Yeah,
Nice.
very nice. Fluid
Park
style.
skier style.
Yeah. Definitely a bit of a freestyler.
Yeah, nice grab there too.
Oh,
But runs
my
straight into the next
God.
lip. Wow, how did he recover from that? And just throws massive back anyway.
You!
Why not? Wow, that was strong. I mean, he ran into a wall
He
there.
literally ran into a wall. That came out of nowhere. And again, it just highlights how difficult it is to see in these conditions. Very flat lights, certainly on the cameras, what we're looking at here. A lot of undulations and bumps and divots, and
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
can't see them, can you?
Well, that's the thing. When people have a smooth run, it makes it look so easy, but there's lots going into that. It's not just starting at the top and skiing down. I mean, this guy's putting in nice grabs. He obviously knows what he's doing. He's putting in a hard turn, a little bit of a loss of control there, but he knows where he's trying to go. He's scoped his line, but the takeoff doesn't go quite the angle that he wants to, and then, boom, hits the compression.
Oh, God.
Can't believe he skied out of
Yeah.
that. It's a visual inspection as well, isn't it?
That's it. So, you know, they don't get to ski this face beforehand. It's not like they can ride down and pack in a takeoff or can look at a jump, look at an angle, look at a ridge or anything like that. They get one look from the bottom, which they did yesterday morning, and then they ski it from the top.
From memory.
Yeah.
So Alexandro, 45.6.
That could have been a really good score, couldn't it,
Yeah.
actually, without that one mistake in the middle.
Yep. So where does that put him at the moment? We've only had 5, 6 riders. Wow, just seen so much impressive stuff already.
6, 5,
So that would
4,
put him
3, 2, 1.
reasonably
Drop
up
it.
there. I mean, we've had 3 crashes out of 6, so I mean, at the moment he'd be on the podium, but I think that Jordan Brichot, who I think is now on course already, will have something to say about that.
I was too busy marking my scores to see what was going on up here, but
I may have been doing that too. I'm not sure if it is Jordan either.
well, skier on course.
Cutting back from the... This is one of the snowboarders. I think this is Shin Bijama's line, isn't it?
Yeah.
First snowboarder of the day. Looking smooth. Nice deep turns.
Big deep gully there as well. You could see just disappeared out of sight.
Oh,
Very nice.
solid, but
Oh.
oh no, he lost a ski there as well. Looks like he landed in a gully of some kind. It was almost like, looked like it was steep and then it was the hole. Is he skiing down with one ski now? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's a 0.
And it was Jordan. Sorry to see that, Jordan. Solid rider. Really aggressive, creative, and fluid. He's, you know, one of the only skiers that's ridden that line, isn't he? So, yeah. It's a shame. Styly in the air, too.
Really nice. Good control. But it's going to count for nothing.
Unfortunately. Yeah, what happened there? Just ski
It's
just
like he's
popped
just
off.
Yeah, just popped out the...
Maybe hit something under the snow. So Jordan Brichot, I'm trying to keep up with where we're at on the start
on the
list.
start list.
And he was meant to be, well, he was bib 24, so he was meant to be early-ish in the pack.
Yeah.
If I was going to guess, I'd say we might have Reina Bakariad now, but it is a little bit of a guess, isn't it? Maybe we're still sending people on the lookers' right side of the venue so they don't.
We've had a couple of lost skis in the face here, and it's not the easiest, quickest kind of ascent to go back and get your ski.
Not at all, not in the Marshmallow Man stuff.
What is essentially chest-deep powder here.
Yeah. Christopher Turdell, we do not have Reina Bakariad. We have another Swede. Christopher Turdell is on the World Tour, one of the several World Tour riders here today, actually. And he is a 2-time winner of the Scandinavian Big Mountain Championship. And the reason I keep shouting that out is because it is such a high-level competition. It is so high-level that Reina Bakariad has never won, even though he's been on the World Tour the longest and won the World Tour. So this guy is a shredder.
Yep.
Let's see what he's got for us today. The Turtle, they call him. Coming in hot.
Coming in real hot.
Looks like he knows where he wants to go as well. Side hit, shifty.
Nice.
Creative.
There's that little ridge coming down now.
I think I'm feeling a backflip. And so does he, and he stomps it.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was smooth.
So run done then for Christoph. And yeah, I mean, that run there just highlights how short this venue is, doesn't it? 270 meters of vertical, not the longest venues. 48 degrees average, quite steep.
Exactly. Yeah, when you're skiing that fast, it certainly doesn't make it look very long.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice backy from Christopher. The turtle coming out of his shell. Perfectly controlled.
Just getting it done, ticking boxes.
Yeah,
really.
I'd say
fluidity, style.
Yeah, he's good at skiing to what the judges are looking for,
Yeah.
you know? And he's really smooth, fast, aggressive skier, and he knows how to ski comps well. He's a smart guy, smooth skier, smooth talker.
Well,
let's see if he's happy with that. Doesn't always show a lot of emotion, but he's often got a cheeky wee smile.
He looks pretty stoic there, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he felt like he was a little bit backseat at the top, maybe, but maybe I'm just drawing way too much out of not much emotion. I mean, he's not claiming it, but I guess he's not Spanish.
Oh, the little wry smile.
Yeah, just a cheeky little one.
That's it. Turn the GoPro off. Don't be wasting that memory card. Well, we'll wait and see what the judges make of it.
The Christmas Tree Triangle, they call this venue.
I like this venue. Christmas Tree Triangle. I like that name.
I like to ski it. It still looks super deep.
There's still time.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, get up there.
Yeah.
It is Tim Warwood and Neil Williman here in the contest commentary booth for you. Neil, former Freeride World Tour skier, having a little bit of FOMO watching everybody up at the top here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you get the FOMO when they actually do the comp run. That's the funnest part. It's not so fun, like, being stressed and making sure you scope your line and getting up early and hiking the venue. But actually, you know, skiing and everyone pointing cameras at you, it's a little bit addictive, I'm not going to lie. So I'm jealous of these guys, but I'm really stoked for them as well. They're putting on a great show for us today.
Well, we're roundabouts halfway through the skiing men, probably just a few off halfway. We've got snowboard women and ski women following this, live from the Hakuba Valley in Japan, nestled perfectly in the heart of the Japanese Alps, which is, at the moment, basking under pretty much 3 meters of the fresh stuff. The snow has just not stopped falling since we've been here. It's been amazing.
It has been crazy.
And we look skyward now to the start gate for our next skier.
Who, I'm not sure exactly who it is.
I missed it as well.
I'm not sure if it came up on the screen, to be honest. It must be pretty hard for the media team to keep up with the rotating start order we've got going on here. Nice top air, though.
Yeah. And charging. Oh, and there you go.
Putting it sideways, but getting put sideways. I'm not sure exactly what happened there.
They all seem to be looking at that one jump down there, that one ridge. Oh.
Floaty flat 3, but doesn't quite come around. I think he's left a ski behind as well. Unfortunate. I think that area might be starting to get cut up as well too.
Yeah, and that landing, I mean, that bomb hole now is not going to help things either, is it?
Yeah, exactly. But I'm sorry to keep going back to this, but how impressive was it that Travis, I think he was the first person to go there.
Yeah.
There was no tracks. He carried his speed so well. He put in the track for everyone else to do this. He made the takeoff. He just floated everything and stomped it. And these guys, they're really good skis. He's a talented professionals, and you know, some of them are landing, some of them are not. Like, you can't land this kind of stuff every time. It's really tricky out there. It's really hard.
Well, we see that flat 3. Just grabbing safety, almost for a little bit of a comfort grab. Just, oh,
Yeah.
please get me round.
Tuck me up.
Well, we can see him hiking up through the snow there. The unenviable task of hiking through this waist-deep powder. And I hear you all asking at home, why is it snowing? Well, let me tell you why. So we are nestled here in the heart of the Japanese Alps, as I keep saying. Home to the 1998 Nagano Olympics here. And what happens is, essentially, you get this cold wind which rushes from the west to the east across the continent of Asia. It's an icy cold wind, and as it hits the Sea of Japan, it sucks up all the moisture. It rushes across the Sea of Japan, and then as it hits the mountainous island of Japan, 10,000 feet, it gets thrusted skyward, and then it just absolutely pukes. And when it snows 11 meters. Average snowfall, annual snowfall they get here in the Hakuba Valley. And you don't actually need a storm, you just need a lot of wind. So if you've got a lot of wind coming in over, you will get the goods, and it is light, fresh, soft, fluffy powder. And we spoke before this that you know, you've been here for close to 2 weeks now. You've been enjoying your time here, and you've been out sampling the goods, haven't you?
No, I've never seen anything like it, and that's why I'm so stoked to watch these guys enjoying it in the competition. They're really showcasing what Japan has to offer in terms of snow. And the thing I don't understand is that if it's brought here by the wind, then how is it not windy when it arrives? Because that's usually bad for stability and snow quality. So, not complaining, don't get me wrong. Don't stop doing what you're doing, Japan, but how are you doing that?
Well, keep on doing it, and I do implore you to, if you can afford it, book yourself a little trip to Japan. You will not be disappointed.
Oh, and Wadek Gorik now on course. One of the slightly more uncommonly named French guys, starting it off with a backflip.
Very nice.
Stomping it, and then going riders right into the more technical section. This is already a rowdy run.
Yeah. No hesitation from him.
Not at all. I've seen him compete in Romania and through 2 of the craziest backflips I've seen for a long time. So what else has he got for us today? He is just charging through the section.
Well, just a reminder there, watching him ski, just how deep it is up in that top section.
But it seems a lot of people are getting a little bit hung up in there.
Yeah.
You know, he's dealt with it much better than most of the rest that have been in that section. And coming off a double, I believe, and stomping into a front punch. How are the judges going to deal with that? I mean, he lost control and regained it immediately, but still a front punch on landing, right? I mean, he front flipped when he landed that.
He absolutely.
It wasn't just me.
No, you didn't. You
okay,
didn't blink.
good.
If you'd have blinked, you'd have missed it. If the judges all blinked at the same time, perhaps they would have missed that. But
exactly. I loved that run though. That was just
Wadek
full
Gorak.
aggression.
Here we go. This is the double.
I think that landing must not be as nice as it looks from here.
Yeah.
But what aggressive control.
How on earth did he ride out of that?
Just pure determination.
Yeah. He had his legs turned on for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, for me, that's line score there. Like, he skied from the 4-line top to bottom, sent it aggressively, like a little, maybe a bit of, I wouldn't call it hesitation, but maybe lack of fluidity through the bushes in the middle. But if he had stomped that bottom air, that would be really up there for me. Fantastic run, in my opinion. Wadek Gorik, one of the more underrated French skiers out there. He's got high standards for himself, and I think he'll probably be a little bit disappointed with that front punch in the last landing. But I'd still give him over a 50 if it was me. But, you know, I'm not a judge. It's easier to say that.
Well, let's see. Yeah, I was going to say, you just whacked you. You just put your head on the chopping board there.
Well, I've given it, you know,
So
between
let's
50 and 70.
How was it?
He's got a little bit of a comme ça look about him.
Yeah, I mean, the guy has really high standards. I competed against him in Romania, and he just wanted to do the craziest stuff. It was, I mean, like the top backflip, a few guys were doing it, but the bottom backflip was just, no, I don't think everyone else looked at that. And he just, the only way you could do it was by going so fast that it meant the flat landing didn't matter, and he did it.
How does it look? Yeah, it looks really flat. Okay, I'm coming.
That was pretty much what he did. Yeah, he won that competition by quite a bit, I think. And competed against him in Axum Elitesum as well at the 3-star qualifier event there last year. And I think he was really unlucky to miss out on the podium. He came 4th with 2 backflips, and I think it might even be possible that the judges missed the top section of his run. It was, yeah, cliff out of the start gate that no one else did, and couldn't really see him coming into it from behind it. So I'm not sure, but end of the day, he's sick, and it's really hard to be a judge.
Well, 58.33. Yeah, so you called it. You said it'd be around the 50s, 60s.
Yeah, I was sweating for a bit there.
Yeah.
What do you think of this first one?
But I'm glad to see aggression getting rewarded as long as it's controlled.
Yep. Okay, is this Rainy?
This is Reina Bakaried.
Yep.
I think he is the person who's been on the World Tour for the longest. He probably doesn't need backup or insurance points as he would be earning here, but it's nice to get them anyway.
I mean, is it worth saying that Rainy's more of a big mountain skier and perhaps this smaller venue wouldn't suit him?
Usually, but boom, backflip out of the gate. Oh, nice to see him putting it on the line. I was just about to agree with you.
He was about to make me eat my words then, wasn't he?
Yeah, I know he's really been working on that side of his skiing, and I guess he sees this as an opportunity to do that. So really cool to see him giving it a go. I mean,
he
Gorak,
charges, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Rainy?
so fast.
Not afraid of... certainly not afraid of the drops.
No, but I mean, this snow, like usually Rainer is just so in control and solid and fluid. Like he's getting a bit hung up. Maybe the sun has come out and made it a little bit heavier. I'm not sure. Like I haven't really seen him get back seat like that. It must be pretty tough in there. But backflip out of the gate from the guy who usually just skis hard and fast technical lines.
His head scraped the takeoff.
Yeah, he lands a little bit flat as well. Goes over the front, but recovers just like Gorak did. Wonder if he lost the GoPro there. He put his hand to his head immediately. Oh, but just busts through that wall. So strong. I mean, by Rainer's standards, it's not a great run, but...
Yeah. But he's in Japan, he's loving it, and we saw he's going to be going home with some very nice GoPro footage. It's around on the line of him shredding the trees in Cortina.
Yeah.
So he's certainly had a good time, and he's got his money's worth from this trip.
I mean, a testament to his technique for me is that it's really difficult to ski well, properly, and with good control when you're on a selfie stick. You know, if you got a GoPro on the other end of your pole, and he did that skiing through really tight trees really quickly in Cortina. So unfortunately, only a 27 for him today here, but I know he'll be back. He's still on the World Tour.
He will be on the World Tour, which actually starts not too far away, is it? Chamonix, the first stop?
Yeah, that's
26th.
right. I think quite a few of the riders will be going directly to France from Japan. Get a bit of scope and time in and get the legs back used to normal snow.
Right, bib 19 then. So this, Julien Bedel.
And on course.
We've lost picture here.
Julien Bedel, backflip out of the gate, takes it deep and a bit of a back slap, but keeps it on his feet.
Yes, Julien.
It's looking good so far. This is slightly tricky snow, I believe, in that area. And it's a little bit back seat, but, you know, keeping this together. Oh, a little bit more back seat. Can't quite keep it together. I'm not really sure if that was what he wanted to do there.
It's only once the skiers are in that gully you realise just how narrow it is, actually.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on in there. I've seen a lot of control flaws.
Yeah.
Issues is a better word.
Flaws.
Your control is flawed.
I like flawed control. That is a...
it's a pun as well.
Well, Julien. Be a little bit disappointed with that.
Yeah, nice and aggressive out of the start, but what's going on with that snow in the middle there? It's caught up a lot of the competitors, who I know are really solid skiers. Over-rotates a tiny bit there, but yeah, really impressed he rode out of that. I think that's quite flat and the snow's getting bombed out. Nice little control there, but then gets a bit backseat coming through this next part, which culminates in doing some crazy turns. Feet well up in the air, but it's a full loss of control in the end there.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be challenging for the podium with that run.
No, but there's been a lot of crashes today.
Yeah. Well, looking down here, I've got Pierre Julien.
Yeah?
Quillon.
Yeah.
Quillon. Quillon.
Quillon. I thought he only had 64.
64. Who
I
we
thought
had?
Loic Berry,
Oh, Loic. Yes, excuse me.
75.
So,
I think
yeah.
I rounded it up just to make him sound
I
better.
thought I was going to come in with speed and be able
So,
to turn.
yeah.
Impossible to turn.
We'll see what the judges make of this.
Yeah.
Shit.
32.
Nej, det går inte att rekommendera någon.
Are they getting their scores down there when it comes out? Maybe they tell them. But he still had a smile on his face.
Right,
Next rider, straight off that top hit. Solid in the air. Slightly more racy style than a few of the parky skiers we've seen today. Wonder if that means they'll be able to deal with the difficult snow conditions a bit more aggressively.
Oh, this is nice so far, though.
Yeah.
Now this is where the snow starts to get a little bit fickle, doesn't it?
This is the Andorran DFP, Danny Fornell-Pratt, former Freeride World Tour skier. And getting a little bit caught up in those bushes, but I'm sure he'll have a joke with them. Probably put a smile on their face already. This guy's one of the most positive people I ever met in my life. And checking out the double, bit of slough over it, makes it hard to see. But going for it anyway, and
well
makes
held.
it through that section. One of the first people we've seen
Yeah, I think so.
make it through on their feet. Well
He
done, Danny.
Put it straight down the throat, didn't he, once he'd landed, and straight out the bottom of it.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Danny here. He's had a bit of injury troubles, I think. He broke his leg a couple of years ago. Was on the World Tour at the time, maybe something like that. I've got nothing to back this up. But he's a really good skier.
Yeah. Coming out of Andorra, you say, as well.
That's right, yeah. I think he's had a child in that time recently as well and still managed to find his way back into top-level competing. He seems philosophical about it.
Well, big drop to start things off. Almost playing it safe a little bit, but...
Really difficult to find it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough with that. I mean, it's all right to land flat if it's soft, but with a few bomb holes, it's going to be tough to land tricks. So
yeah.
He's happy anyway.
Nice.
Hugs all around.
It was one of the most
Great to see the good
difficult
vibes.
things to ski, huh? So
The Andorran.
and deep.
These guys know each other from their time on the World Tour together.
Yeah, good to see the camaraderie there.
Exactly.
Just waiting for a score to come in.
Tough one to judge, I guess, being the only person having made it through that bottom section without a serious control issue in my eyes.
44. So, yeah, I don't think he's going to be troubling the podium today.
No, that getting caught up in the bush halfway down the run probably didn't do him any favours. I'd say it would have been over 50 without the bush joke.
Right. Next in then, bib 23, coming out of Russia, Ivan Malakov.
5, 4, 3,
World Tour rider.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. As we were talking about before, doing 4 stars can be backup points to make sure that you stay on the World Tour if you don't re-qualify through the tour.
Yeah.
And he's someone that's done that. Loves competing, really good at it, really passionate about it. And likes taking it deep like that, stomps it.
Good top section from him.
Yeah, just
Fast.
cruising through here.
Yeah.
If he can make it through this section fast, it'll make him look great since so many other people have looked hung
Yeah.
up. You know, doing the same line as other people.
Yeah, must go a little bit blind through there.
Yeah. Kind of need to do the same line that other people do better than them if you're going to ski it, you know?
Yeah.
It's very easy to compare when they're skiing the same stuff. A little bit hesitant through here, but getting into the double, taking off as a single.
Oh, big old drop at the bottom.
Nice. Yeah, Ivan. Wow, takes it deep. Little bit of a backslap on landing there. Probably a hand down as well. But, well, like I was saying, like no one else has done it as a single. So, hats off. It was impressive.
It looked, I can't remember who it was that doubled and, you know, punch front and came out. Who was that earlier on? They made the landing look really flat, but yeah, perhaps a little bit flat, which is why he's backslapped there. But
yeah, that was Gorek, I think.
Yeah.
Wedek Gorek.
Yeah, but that was, yeah, he charged that.
Yeah.
And he's actually been a really good guy around the riders' meetings as well around town. He's super happy, super positive. Really enjoying his time here.
Really, for sure. He's kind of been comparing it to Cormier, I believe, which is where he enjoys the powder.
Yeah.
So, not sure what his eventual verdict is. I've certainly had some of the deepest snow I've had in my life here this week, so hopefully he feels the same way. But he looks stoked. He looks happy.
сожалению,
Wait for
медленно.
that score to come in.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder how this will compare to Gorak. I think Gorak could probably be a little bit better.
68.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, yeah.
He's podium, doesn't he, with that at the moment?
Yeah, wow. Eat my words then.
Yeah, there you go. That top section there, just nice, fast and fluid through there.
Wow.
Obviously helped him.
Doing a double as a single, I guess, bumps you up. Michael Strauss, straight out of Austria, also known as Sender Strauss. Competed against him at Ax Malitzum as well, and went through a really narrow gully to a compulsory takeoff, the narrow landing, and then a really fast ski out. He skis on somewhere between 202 and 196 centimeter skis there, super long, pretty stiff. He's not really so much a freestyle guy. He can, but he's just more all about going fast and going big. So it's interesting to see how
when
he'll
your name
do
is
this
Sender
venue.
Strauss, it kind of sets out your stall a little bit, doesn't it?
Exactly, exactly.
Good name, Sender Strauss. I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he's got in this venue. You're saying it's more of a freestyle-orientated one, but sometimes the freeride guys turn it into something they can shine on.
That's it. Let's see
Still
what he's
snowing
got.
here, huh?
Still snowing here.
Yeah.
All right.
And you can see the snow falling in front of us as well.
Well, there you go. Hello, Tim Ward here with Neil Williman. We are taking you through the proceedings. I'd say we're a little bit over halfway now through the ski men.
Yep.
And we have ski women and snowboard women still to come live from the Hakuba Valley here in the heart of the Japanese Alps. Konnichiwa, thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying this coverage from the 4-star Freeride World Qualifier. We certainly are. There's the venue.
Yeah, for sure.
It's option C or option 3, whichever way you prefer to take it. So much snow. It's been a little bit dangerous, hasn't it, for the safety team? They found us this venue.
Yeah, exactly. Options A and B were a little bit too avalanche prone. So here we are in option C with Sender Strauss dropping in and sends it straight off the top. Gets a bit side hill to keep it under control, but still looks smooth and solid.
And as we just said, just before we appeared on screen, it is still snowing, and we had a promise of or a glimpse of sun earlier on, but that has very swiftly been replaced back with snow again.
And I think he's just aired off a little bit higher than most of the other people have. It's new takeoff, new landing, makes it really deep. Difficult to deal with snow this deep sometimes, especially when trying to get across hill to features that you want to hit.
Dare I say it, it's almost the unspoken phrase in skiing and snowboarding is too much snow.
Yeah, it's a bit taboo to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
Never too deep.
Never too deep.
Except if you're a snowboarder in a competition with some flat areas.
Yeah. All right, not quite sure.
Do you think he's going for the Malikov single? Yeah, he's... Oh, let's take off from here and do it as a double or a triple. What you got, Mikael? Send it. Dropping in and stompies.
Oh,
wow.
Nice.
Made that look easy, huh?
Made it look very easy. I was about to say a bit of a flat landing at the bottom of that, but that didn't look flat at all there, did it?
I think it's a little bit better over on that looker's left, skier's right side, but it's harder to get to the part where you take off and land on that, if that makes sense. Slow-mo replay from the top. One of the only guys to air off that, I believe.
Well, you can see how steep it is, actually, because you're looking straight down into the valley there from the top.
Looks like a cliff, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just surfs through that bush and then points it off this guy. Probably one of the best stomps we've seen in the lower section today.
Nice. Good, strong finish. A
Yeah.
little bit of hesitation in the midsection, maybe? Or?
Yeah, exactly. It's why it's so hard to guess the scores, huh?
Yeah.
Why I'm so not envious of
Envious of the
judges.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Nice finish there.
And you want to do something creative, but creative stuff can be hard to get to sometimes.
Well, he's smiling. That's what it's all about. And as we said earlier, good camaraderie between all the riders.
Did you get to the bush drop?
Yeah, I do like that a lot about the sport.
Yeah.
Through the bush. I had no speed.
Really?
Yeah, like straight through just.
Sure, everybody wants to win here, but it's about getting down safely.
Yeah, and I've mostly been having a good time while skiing together this week too, so, you know, it's friends as well as competitors.
Well, there's the view of the valley. That's from the start gate here in the Hakuba Valley. That's the first feature the riders are faced with. And you just see in the middle of your picture there, there's a little kind of waterfall step down, and then The river through the bottom of the valley, that's where we are down there, looking on.
Looks a little bit different than you.
Here we are too.
And here we are again, the split screen.
Hello, Mikael.
Yeah, let's give him a wave back.
Do you think he can see us? Maybe he's just waving to you guys at home.
I think he's just waving to his fans at home. So wherever
Yeah.
you may be around the world, hello, thank you for joining in here at freerideworldtour.com or on Facebook. Certainly enjoying the action so far. As we said earlier, we've still got the ski women and snowboard women to come and the rest of the men skiers to come. But you've got to say, so far, it's kind of almost going to script a little bit, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I'm certainly enjoying it.
Yeah.
Just to give a little bit of background on what it means that it's a 4-star qualifier and that we've had a 2-star qualifier this week. The qualifying series go between 1 and 4-star, and to get into the technical details could take a little while, so I'm going to cut it short and say you've got to do the low-level competitions to get into the high-level competitions. And if you get into the high-level competitions and, let's say, roughly podium 3-4 stars in a season, because they take your 3 best results, that's roughly what you need to do to get into the World Tour. And it's easy to say, but not easy to do. These guys are all very talented, and girls, of course, and they're all fighting for it, and only one gets to go.
Well, it was a 42.33 for Michael, so
7,
not the best.
6,
As we go into Adrian
5,
Hildebrand,
4, 3,
coming out of
2,
Switzerland.
1, drop in.
Charging straight in.
Solid start, but getting a little bit bucked by that first landing.
Yeah, well held.
Yeah, I think these landings are going to get a bit chopped up now.
Yeah.
But solid air into there, I like that. I'm not sure if I've
Nice-
seen anyone else
yeah,
do
I've
that.
just seen that nice little line back round and in.
Yeah. And
That's-
can he be the first to get quickly through the section? I think that would be a big call for the judges.
We've lost on screen a little bit. Yeah, it's
It's fighting through there. It doesn't get easier to get through there quickly either because it's all scrubby and just gets more exposed from the snow getting scraped off from the previous riders. But it's been pretty quick. That wasn't slow at all. Maybe following tracks, but making the most. Yeah.
well held.
Yeah, solid. A little bit back seat, but smooth enough.
Solid, fluid run.
Yeah, especially for that section. Gosh, I'm not jealous of the judges right now. There's a lot of guys skiing similar lines, and to pick the differences between them is it's not easy.
Well, do the judges have the luxury of being able to look on at these replays like us here?
I'm not sure, actually. Sometimes they do. I'm not sure if they do today. But yeah, well held, strong landing up the top. Sometimes the run-in can get faster because a lot of people have skied it.
Yeah.
But then the landing gets more bombed out, so you
Yeah.
can end up going too quick at something that you're going to hit hard on landing. I like the way he put that sideways, though. That was good control. Staying out of skiing into that wall on the other side like a few other people have.
Yeah.
How is it?
Yeah, what do you reckon?
I
50.
reckon 50.67
The snow wasn't as expected.
is what I reckon
a lot
that.
firmer
Yeah, nice run.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
And
What about the
So,
360?
as you were just saying, all
Sorry?
about points,
What
all
about
about
this
getting points on the
360?
board.
On the tree?
Hopefully
it's
landing as high as you
it's
can,
tight
and then
the
podiuming and hopefully making it onto the World Tour.
Yeah, if you podium here, preferably
8,
first, another
7,
couple of good
6,
results this season out of the
5,
next
4,
4 stars they have all around the world
2,
will
1,
maybe send you on your
drop
way.
in.
Sebastian Varlet.
Oh, this guy sends.
So coming out of France, bib 30.
Boom.
Yeah, it's bumping it up there now, isn't it?
Yeah, I competed against him last season as well, and in the same competition against Mickey Strauss, he just took a line that nobody else took. He skied super fast, and there you go. Oh, no.
Huge tomahawk.
Also something that nobody else has done, flipping off that air, but
Yeah.
didn't quite work out for him.
Oh, and there's his ski. Oh.
Well, it'll be easy to find at least.
Yeah, you'll find it.
Solid 1 foot skiing there too. Even though he's not at the bottom, we already know it's no score.
Yeah, well, that's a shame. Well, you said it. You said he sends it.
Yeah.
And right on cue, he shook this backflip.
Yeah.
And what? I mean, let's look at it again. I think he almost went, what, a bit too big maybe? Yeah,
I
should have
think
put
the
it down.
landing was a bit, I didn't really bring it round. It was a little bit under-rotated.
Yeah.
Might have got away with it if it was a slightly softer landing, but it had already been compressed by the people skiing there, I think. Lucky that ski stopped in an easy-to-see place and Didn't go on to hit anybody or anything. I feel sorry for Mr. Valet. It's a weird feeling when you've come all the way, you've come all the way to Japan, hopefully not just for the competition, hopefully for the culture and the snow as well, but you've been so focused on this one run you're going to do, planning, maybe hard to sleep, trying to eat well, train right, look at your lines, scope it, take photos, talk about it with your friends, and then it all comes down to this one run, and you got like, what, 30 seconds, you reckon?
Yeah.
Top to bottom, and at the end of that 30 seconds, you feel a release, but sometimes in a disappointed way, like Sebastian's probably feeling right now.
Yeah. Well, next rider from France, Guillaume Ruel. What's he got? Yeah, like you say, it's a long way to come, isn't it, just for a contest? But as we keep reiterating, they're all riding the same face. They're all playing on the same playing field.
Yeah, that's right. Guillaume slightly more hesitant to those top airs than some of the other competitors, though. Maybe he's seen other people crash and decide he wants to stay on his feet. I'm not sure.
Needs to cut back across. Yeah, that's where we just saw the air in there to that section.
Yeah, Mr. Valet taking it deep to flat.
You got to say, bit of a conservative run here, really.
Yeah, controlled, but not fluid. Lining up something decent over here, though. I wonder if he's also trying to go to the skier's right-hand side to that steeper landing that Mikael Strauss showed us was a bit better.
I mean, I did say conservative, and now all of a sudden he finds himself at the top of this cliff section.
Yeah, quite hesitant, though. And pointing it and back slapping it, unfortunately.
Bit of an uphill landing there, it looked like.
Yeah, I think that was probably almost a little bit too ambitious for him. He didn't look super confident coming into it. But that's how you learn, right?
There you go.
So as we see him getting into the steeper section there, ambitious, ballsy, I liked it. Not a great score though.
But he's going home with a smile on his face. And
good to see.
Can't you remember, what did your mum always tell you? It's the taking part that counts.
That's right. Unfortunately, we don't all get Weet-Bix kid medals here, but it looked like he had a good time.
He had a good time.
I mean, everyone does go home with the experience of having skied deep power in Japan for a week. Yusaki, we've got number 34, one of the skiers that came up through the 2-star earlier this week. Local Japanese really threw down. They wanted to show us what they can do at their local mountains, and this guy seems keen to do that too. Holding on through a slightly backseat first hit.
Yeah, that was insane. He's like the lazy boy position perfectly and somehow managed to ride out of it.
Yeah, use those tails to perfection. Is he going to go all the way to Lucas left? Like we've only seen 1 or 2 snowboarders do.
No, he's cutting back in. Oh, and he holds it. That's been a troublesome little landing for quite a few skiers.
Coming into that wally compression bit too. He kind of just punched through that.
And this gully, super tight. Not even a ski length in it. The ski's barely flexing through the middle of that gully there.
Dealing with it quite well, actually. A little bit slow, but very in control in comparison to some of the others that come through there. Lining up the double now. Hope he doesn't go too far skiers left and run into the wall. No, it keeps it full line and back slaps, but skis it out pretty much.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that so many people have hit that air that some of them have landed it well. It makes the people that don't land it perfectly look a bit worse.
Yeah, yeah. He's having a look back at it there.
Yeah. And the thing is that these guys haven't got to see all the other people that we have got to see. They don't have all the other people to compare it against. They don't know that it's okay to go fast or better to go to the right, or they don't have this prior knowledge. So even though for us we're starting to get used to seeing this line maybe a little bit more, it's 100% new for them. So the local Japanese rider takes his tunes out. I wonder what he's been listening to. 28 for him.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So with 3/4 of the field gone, or maybe even more, we've still got Loic Buri sitting in the top spot with a 76, if my calculations are correct.
Yep.
Skip.
Didn't miss a few. Taisuke Kusunoki
10, 9,
will
8,
be the next.
7,
And
6,
good to see a load of a
5,
good Japanese
4,
contingent. And
3,
you've got to say
1,
that having a Freeride, a 4-star qualifier here, will do nothing but help improve the amount of Japanese riders, you know,
Exactly.
hopefully breaking onto the scene.
Oh, nice there. I'm not sure if that was a grab or a wild donkey kick in the air, but he stomped it.
Yeah, he's charging this top section as well.
Really impressed with the Japanese guys in the 2-star, and this is one of them. Wow. Solid so far. And just blazing through there.
Coming in hot. He's the fastest through that section.
Yeah,
without a shadow of a
absolutely.
doubt.
They're pretty concerned about the nature and bushes and stuff in Japan, but this guy is just going for it, straight through them and stomping.
Oh.
What a run. Take a bow. Is that Taisuke
Yeah.
Kusunoki?
Yeah.
Wow, well impressed with that run. No
Taisuke,
holds barred.
That was like watching a bowling ball fall down from the top. It just took the natural line and it just went, didn't it? It just,
Yeah,
it was like water.
crushed that. It looked really similar to the run of the guy that won the 2-star, but I'm not sure if that guy's here today. I'm not sure why he couldn't attend, but this guy's making up for it.
Yeah. Oh, the judges will like this, won't they? No hesitation in this run.
Exactly. I think that was a bit of... No, it was a grab. Wild donkey kick into a grab and then a stomp where other people have been crashing. Yeah, like super aggressive. In the snow too. It's not the best visibility out there. Gives a smile, mate. You must be stoked with that. Yeah, I think he's happy.
Ah.
Taisuke Kusunoki. Stoked.
fun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He is a
absolutely.
happy man. And why wouldn't you be?
That was good.
I think he
this one
found
was
some
good.
power in there too that
I
other
think he
people
got-
hadn't skied.
Got a few little turns in, cheeky turns.
What about this
Late
last
in the
drop?
day.
Was quite.
Well, how did the judges, how did they
Your
pick
last
that one
drop.
apart then? Let's see at this bottom section. Bit of a back slap perhaps on this bottom.
Yeah, a little bit
on the bottom
wild.
cliff here. Bottom drop.
In my opinion, aggressive speed make up for it. It was like, I'd say he was in control. It was just so quick that it was, I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon. I just liked it a lot.
Yeah. I think,
Judges maybe taking the time. It's a bit hard for them.
I think if, you know, if he was your friend and you were at the bottom watching him ski that down, you'd definitely buy the hot chocolates, wouldn't you? Beers would be on you after that line. You'd be like, dude, that was rad.
Absolutely.
High fives would be flowing like the rare salmon of
Especially as a
Capistrano.
local.
And he's
The
a
rare
local.
sound of...
Oh, 78. Oh, that's it. First place.
first.
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh, that would be-
Taisuke.
Well, how good would this be?
9, 8, 7.
All right, well, one of the men charged with making this safe
four,
face for everybody else. Coming out of Switzerland,
Drop in.
Samuel Anthematten.
One of my favorite skiers for sure. Just so all round. Mountain guide, freestyler. Was that a flat three? Boom.
Oh, and he's gone and has he gone over the front there, I think.
Not sure exactly what happened, but nice trick, nice landing. I think he might have skied into a compression after that. So, Samuel, I thought he might be one of the guys that could take it away from Taisuke, but it looks like he might not. Would be cool to have a local rider win for the first 4-star in Asia. Oh, another flat three.
Oh my God, sending
Takes it
so deep. Well, Sammy charged.
Yeah.
He absolutely charges.
Going quick. We don't have many riders left now. But best wishes to Sammy. Hope he's all good.
Well, chucking quite a few big flips in this run.
Yeah.
You can kind of see him through the trees there.
Can you?
Just right in the very centre of the picture. You see him crawling out a little bit.
Maybe trying to grab a ski or
Grab a
something.
ski.
But Samuel Anthematten, mountain guide, films with Xavier De La Rue, one of the most progressive big mountain riders, still throwing lots of freestyle in his run. He's on, you know, all the tech alpine stuff when he needs to be, but now he's on freestyle gear, apparently. I don't know, just well-rounded skier. Lost a ski in this case, though, and had a couple of tumbles.
That had all the promise for me, that run.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely going for it. And he's one of these World Tour guys that's here at the 4-star kind of as, I don't know, backup points or experience or fun. I'm not sure exactly what to call it, but, you know, they're here to try something out new. They're probably going to be able to stay on the World Tour from their results on the World Tour. They probably don't need to get 3 good 4-star results to make sure they stay on the World Tour. So it's nice for them to be able to let their hair down and just go for it.
And come and shred some of this incredible Japanese powder that's been on offer these past 6 days.
Exactly. You got amongst that yourself as well?
I've had a few turns. Yeah, it's been good. Loved it. Leo Slemmet then, out of France, another World Tour rider, skier.
Yeah, Leo's a guy that qualified for the tour, didn't re-qualify in his first season, went back to the qualifiers, qualified again straight away, and he's been there since.
Right, okay.
Really determined, really professional, really talented skier.
8, 7, 6.
Unfortunately, just to bring the vibe down for a second, he lost his girlfriend Estelle, who was also the World Tour champion in Avalanche a couple of years ago, so I'm sure he's riding for her.
Well, let's see what Leo's got here. Well, that drop coming almost out of nowhere, taking him by surprise, it looks like a little bit.
Yeah, I think he wanted to cut over to this side after doing that top air section, so maybe a little bit tough to do. Takes that one deep.
Oh, and there's that wall that's caught so many riders out. In almost
yeah, sets up for the backflip anyway, though, and
gets it round.
Yeah, strong from Leo. Nice one.
Used the whole face there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Cut straight across.
Didn't look too traversy either,
Yeah.
just nice, lots of features. Got hung up by the snow a little bit, though. I still wonder if it's getting a little bit heavier out there, maybe.
Well, by my calculations, that could be the last of the men.
Well, I'm not sure if we've had Ollie Regner Eriksson yet.
Yeah.
Or have we?
Fell through that transfer bush.
Handshake between two of the top World Tour riders there. They'll be heading off to Chamonix soon after this, followed by Andorra, Febbrun, and then for the lucky that qualify, Alaska, and for the lucky that qualify from that, Verbier. 5 comps in the World Tour coming up this year. Be sure to tune in for those as well, freerideworldtour.com.
Absolutely, all the action live from wherever. Well, say wherever. You just said wherever. Where live action from around the world.
It's not general information, it's specific information.
All broadcast live via freerideworldtour.com.
So Leo, are you the last skier today? Are you happy with your run? I know you can't hear us. I'm just wondering.
I think he is. I mean, they're probably never fully happy with the runs. I mean, you know this better than anyone. Are you ever fully 100% happy with your run?
Not often.
No.
It happens occasionally, and that's when you do the claim that you're embarrassed about claiming.
Yeah. Right.
But he's solid, strong, really strong skier. I've seen a lot of guys today that I know are really, really good skiers kind of get caught out by, must be variable snow or something. I wonder if some of it's had more solar effect, more wind effect. Snow can change quite a lot if you're unaware of that by getting a little bit of wind or sun, or being hollowed by the bushes underneath it, temperature effect from the rocks. There's all sorts of stuff. So I've been a little bit surprised to see some of the guys getting hung up, and I wonder why that is.
Well, we see a shot of the valley. And that is definitely a snowboard.
Yeah, Ollie Regner Eriksson, did you ski today? Have I lost track? Certainly haven't written down a score for you. Your brother did. He was sick.
Yeah, no, I wanted to do a 360, but the takeoff was super steep, so I went for the backflip and overspin. Just hot top landing, ski was gone. Yeah,
we'll wait and see. Wait for these scores to come in.
Directly too much snow and massive.
If you are just tuning in, where on earth have you been? You've missed the ski men, you've missed the snowboard men this morning.
I'm on my foot. He's not.
No doubt you'll be able to catch that on replay. The top couple of runs as well, no doubt will be clipped and seeded a little bit later on. But this is live from the Hakuba Valley. Tim Ward and Neil Williman taking you through. And Leo Slemmet there with a 65.67. Let me try and do some maths for you very quickly. That might just be a podium for me. That's why the judges were taking their time. We're going to take a look. I think we've got the confirmed, and there we go. Right then, so Taisuke Kusunoki. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? The Japanese rider taking the win here on home soil. Loic Burry with a 76, and Christopher Turdal there with a 75.33.
Wow, how good is it to see a Japanese rider winning the first comp in Asia? I'm really happy for that, actually. And we've got some big names up the top and big names down the bottom as well. These result lists don't really look exactly like how I expected them to look, to be honest, but really solid riding in slightly difficult snow conditions. A lot of no scores down the bottom there. At least 6 people lost their skis. Can see that Ollie did as well. If he started, I'm not sure about that, but really talented riders making the most out of this face. Lots of flips, lots of big airs. Wow, I'm still frothing and freaking out about the first 2 categories, and we have 2 more to go. Let's see what they got for us. So we've got 8 competitors here today, or 7, excuse me, from all over the world as well. We've got North America represented more strongly than in other categories, and Russia as well. So we've really got a full international field here. Not sure if we have any World Tour snowboarders. Excuse me, yes we do. Marion Hardy. And also Audrey Herbert. She is a rookie on the tour this year. Marion returning to the tour after successful last season, where she started doing 2-star qualifiers and then was wildcarded onto the tour, where she did really well. So exciting field coming out here today. Not a long one. This category will probably be over before you know it. So yeah, make sure you keep the eyes to the sky. This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, strap yourselves in. So Audrey coming out of Banff in Canada. She's now transplanted herself to Europe for the European winter. Well, obviously the Canadian winter is the same as the European winter. What I mean is being on tour.
The winter in Europe.
And nice little airs at the top to start things off.
Yeah, she's enjoying this pow. Nice to see there's still plenty to be found.
So 2 nice drops.
Yeah, I'm liking this so far. I kind of feel like she's taking a little bit of a leaf out of Sammy Lubke's book, whose philosophy is just go ski where the snow is nicest. Sammy Lubke, the snowboarder, not the skier. Just enjoying that pow, ollieing off. Front flip.
Oh!
Nice, Audrey. Wow, that's taking a leaf out of Sammy Lubke's book as well. With the, you know, tricking off everything, enjoying the pow. Really stoked for this. Woman snowboarding.
Well, that definitely had a bit of a freestyle flavour to it, didn't it, that run?
Yeah, for sure.
Quite a lot of airs down through there. And then the front flip.
Can see why she's put herself on the World Tour. Just smooth, silk, creamy pow.
I was going to say, that looks nice at the top there, doesn't it? Goodness gracious. And then the front flip. Oh, she'd almost left the lip and then still through the front flip.
Yeah, a bit of an afterthought. I'm stoked for that. Really stoked for that.
Well, that's now the benchmark for the judges.
Yeah.
Where they've got to go.
How much room they're going to leave themselves at the top there.
Up and down on that.
Oh, that's really cool. Just riding a nice line, putting in some freestyle. Obviously enjoying it makes the judges stoked as well.
Yeah.
Only a 50 though.
Yeah. Okay.
It's 50 flat. Wonder if she had a control issue up the top.
What do you need to ask?
I'd be happy with that though.
I'd be stoked with that. Well, she's just got to come and cruise this. Randa Shahin, excuse me.
Randa Shaheen. On course, going riders left, it looks like.
Just waiting for her to appear.
Yeah.
That's great. There she is.
Cut back right, actually. Going where it's steep.
Now this will be a test for just how bumpy it is through there. Don't you see this board?
Yeah, exactly. How cut is it?
Around like a salmon through the middle.
Yeah, snowboards like creamy power even more than skis do. How much of it is left in there? She's found some.
Yep.
Oh, that looks like a good turn, huh?
And you can see visibility just dropping off a little bit.
Yeah, that sun's certainly not poking through anymore.
No. It is so deep through there, isn't it? Goodness gracious. Looks hard work.
Yeah, getting a little bit bucked by some of the tracks at the bottom too, unfortunately.
Well, not the best run for her. It's nice turns at the top. But then coming on stuck towards the final third there at the bottom.
Randa, I think you will have enjoyed that power, but maybe not topping Audrey Herbert so far, in my humble opinion. Got another USA competitor to follow up, this North American trio. And then the Eurasians after that. So only a 15.3 for Randa. There'll be another day for her.
Yep. And it'll probably include waist deep powder tomorrow.
Yes, it will.
In the trees of Cortina.
Yes. Nice way to cheer yourself up and maybe get over a little hangover.
Well, if you've been watching on the Facebook page, if you've been on the Freeride World Qualifier Facebook page, there was a really nice clip from the GoPro of our next competitor, Erika Vikander, And she's got a massive fluffy hood. She essentially looked like Han Solo from Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, it looks great.
Star Wars from the snow, and it's an amazing shot of her shredding the power in Cortina.
Yeah, I like this zoom in from the start gate. It's giving perspective on the starting area.
So she's gone skiers left then, lookers right. Has she? She's on my back. Yeah. And look how deep it is up here.
Shrelp City.
Visibility perhaps not the best.
Yeah, it's definitely snowing harder now.
Some nice turns. There's a little drop off here, is there? Yeah, cutting back across.
Holds on to that compression. Yep. Aiming up this jump and stompies.
Yeah.
Going a bit more side hill though, not as big as the other riders. Especially since Audrey front flipped that, I think that it was a little bit more impressive to watch anyway.
Yeah. Well, that from Erica there, just making it down. Just nice and fluid, stylish.
Yeah, it looked like fun.
Putting the turns in, no mistakes. And I think what we'll see here from the judges is where that risk versus reward.
Exactly.
So we see this come into play. Because you've got to say there, actually, from Erica, not a lot of risks taken. Just a nice fluid run.
Yeah, just a lot of fun had.
There we go. So you can see the Christmas tree face here. It has really sucked in now. It is puking once again. Here in the Hakuba Valley, if you do find yourself on an aeroplane heading towards Japan, well, 57, there you go.
There you go, Erica, topping the scoreboard so far.
If you do find yourself on an airplane here, be prepared for snow, lots of it. And I think the judges there, well, they've set their stall out and saying, look, we're rewarding just a nice, fluid run.
No mistakes.
No mistakes, absolutely. All right, Claire Chapoto. Chapoto?
Chapoto,
Yeah.
I believe.
Excuse my terrible pronunciation.
I just copied you. Wow, it is puking now.
Yeah, we can barely see her.
It's probably way steep again since the last run.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit backseat on that one, unfortunately. Washing out on the turn in a slightly more tracked out area. Like you're saying, it's a bit tougher on a snowboard.
Yeah, those bumps come at you. And certainly once you lose the visibility, you've got to have Jedi-like reflexes in order to suck up. Oh, she's taken a tumble. No, she's back on it.
Still pretty quick through this technical zone, though.
Yeah. And this gully here, not very wide. It's not even a board's length wide. So
I think that she's handling it really well, though. That was a great bit of a tumble at the end. I think that chopped up stuff's pretty tough. Made a quarter toe edge there.
Yeah.
I liked it. Aggressive run. I mean, as we're saying, the judges have been rewarding no mistakes, and there was a couple of control issues there. So I'm not sure if it'll score very well, but it's really cool to see that today the girls have been riding 4 lines, steep stuff, tight gullies, throwing flips. You know, that's really impressed and happy to see that. Yeah, as you can see that control issue catching the toe edge.
Absolutely.
That'll be a shame. It was at the bottom of the run.
Well, you can see visibility has gotten a lot worse here in the Hakuba Valley. So 22 for Claire. It's not going to impress upon first place.
But keep doing what you're doing, Claire.
Yeah. Check my GoPro. Is it on? Yeah, it's on.
Is the red light flashing?
Yeah, it's on. Let me check. Yeah, is it on? No, you're on photo mode. No, I'm not. Oh, she's all right. I had a word with Anna, actually. She's so stoked to be here. She's here with Ivan. They're here together from Courmayeur, as you said. And let's see what the Russian lady has.
Hopefully it isn't you.
If we can see her.
Yeah.
I say let's see. Just looking for anything that moves.
Can hear some whoops from the top. Yeah, she's taking on that drop and she stomped
Boom!
it. Nice, Anna. Wow, the level of girl snowboarding today has just been fantastic to see.
Yeah.
Charging.
Watch out for these compressions down at the
bottom. I think
bottom.
she's got it. Wow. That was a solid run. That would have been a solid run in any category.
Charges down there.
I'm well impressed. Taking a leaf out of Ivan's book and just doing something creative.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if we get any slow-mos. Is this the tight one? Yeah, there's a drop at the top there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know if this angle made it look better, but it was fast and fluid. Like, I don't see any mistakes. And if that's what the judges are looking for, then well done. I mean, there was one turn for the bottom third of the face, really. 70. Boom, Anna.
You were right. The judges like that, and we could be looking at a Russian winner. Well, 2 riders still to go.
We've got Michaela Davis-Meehan, straight out of Australia, probably the closest country to this country. Not sure if that gives her an advantage, but she did win the 2-star here earlier in the week. So she's on a roll. She's stoked.
She's also looking, hang on, is it still there? Because it is snowing now. And yeah, I mean, from there you've lost the view of the valley, excuse me, that they did have before.
Still riding aggressively though, good to see. Might want to stick a bit closer to the bushes, get some contrast. I mean, if you're riding out the looker's right side, then it's going to be tough.
I think she's going to be down through the middle here. Oh, goodness gracious. Use the force, Luke.
Yes. I hope you've got those X-ray lenses in. Still riding fast, though.
Autofocus struggling a little bit to pick up the rider.
Yeah, you can see that she's going smooth, though. Into the gully of Nar. How technical does she want to pick her way through here? She's got into the midsection, actually. I don't think so many people have got in there.
If anyone has come through that top bit, have they?
Looks deep. Steep and deep. Boom!
Oh!
Oh, going down, though, in the end, right?
Shame. First person we've seen through that section today.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, it's a nice little line.
Man, I am absolutely flabbergasted at the level of the women's snowboarding today. It's been an absolute pleasure to watch.
Oh, well, Michaela, as you said, qualified through the 2-star to be here.
No holds barred either. What do you reckon? Big air, nice grab, tough visibility, and this is that kind of cut-up compression-y area we're talking about. Catches a tree in the run out. How bad was that loss of control? That's the question. So,
visibility.
Let's switch from the visibility to us, because you get to see how hard it's snowing right in front of us.
We are actually undercover here, but between the camera and us, there's about, I'd say, about that much gap, and that's how much it's snowing in just that much. So, it gives you a real good indication of just how much it's snowing out there.
It is nuking, and I'm so impressed how everyone's just throwing down, given the visibility. I mean, like, especially the looker's right side, skier's left. It's going to be tough. 61 for Michaela.
Yeah, there you go. So that's second place thus far.
Yep. Has knocked Audrey Herbert off the podium.
And finally, our final female snowboarder. She has a smile that could help bread rise. Marion Hirty. Super friendly, super nice. She's super stoked to be here.
Wildcard into the tour last year, and hopefully she's about to show you why.
She will be on the tour this year, yeah. And yeah, she's just stoked to be here.
Yeah, she's a smiley one.
She's not afraid to throw a few tricks either. She's got a backside rodeo in that locker.
Does she?
Yeah, when she wants it.
Oh.
Bit of an old school freestyler now that's turned the hand to freestyle. To freeride, excuse me.
Yeah, so many of them do these days. It's kind of a bit of a natural progression, really. Unfortunately, I think she's got caught in the lip just there trying to make it to the potential rodeo spot.
I think if you've ever skied or snowboarded in a whiteout like this, you've all done it where you've been riding along and then you hit something and all of a sudden you're going uphill.
It's hard enough when you can see it.
Yeah. Well, Marianne there maybe got a little lost on that run.
Tough gig with the
real tough gig.
Snowfall.
And especially going out there onto that skier's left where it is open, more exposed, and you just have no definition in the conditions like this.
Exactly, and that's the thing. It's tough to change your line at the last minute. It's nice to have a backup line, but if you've been standing in the start gate being that focused for that long and then suddenly it starts snowing, I can completely change where I go so that I go to where there's more bushes and I can see the snow better. You know, it's a really tough call, and there's going to be more tracks there, and you haven't paid as much attention. Yeah, it's a tough call to make. Like, it's easy to sit at home and say, oh, she should have gone on the rider's right where you could see stuff, but you know, the rider's left lines is where Travis won the guys snowboarding, so why not go there? It's just a little bit of bad luck.
Yeah. Well, the venue here in the Hakuba Valley, as you can see, is, well, a little bit, the conditions are a little bit tough, a little bit difficult, and it's a 35.33. So there we go. We have our podium.
Yeah, first Anna Orlova out of Russia, Second, Michaela Davis-Meehan. And third, correct me if I'm wrong.
Erika.
Yeah, Erika Vikander.
Let's get the official results on screen here.
The commentator results are very preliminary.
That's it. I mean, they are very preliminary. So, Randa Shaheen there, propping up the bottom. But third place, Erika Vikander. Second, Michaela Davis-Meehan. And first, with that storming run, Anna Orlova from Russia.
I am so stoked on this today. That's the first time I've seen a girl land a front flip on a snowboard and not podium. That is just the
nuts,
level today. Wow. Take a bow, girls. You are doing something for the sport. It's cool to see it getting pushed.
Yeah, good work. From there, straight into the ski women. I think, actually, I tell a lie, I've just been told in my ear from the powers that be, we're going to take a little break at the moment, just while we see if this visibility will improve. So a short moment. Hello, if you are just joining us here, where on earth have you been? Tim Ward and Neil Williman here, taking you through all of the proceedings. And we've spoken a lot about the Hakuba Valley, but where on earth are we? Where is the Hakuba Valley? Hakuba Valley, excuse me.
Hakuba Valley.
That's how cold it is out here. My mouth can't talk properly.
It is pretty cold. That's why the snow's so good.
Well, the Freeride Qualifier, we started off down in the incredible city, the bustling, vibrant city of Tokyo. We then had a little drive via Mount Fuji.
Saw some snow and some sun for once in the week.
Yeah, there you go. It was sunny at one point. Drove via Mount Fuji up here to the Hakuba Valley, and it was snowing. The contest was put on hold for 2 days, and there's Erika Vikander there with the hood. And we're seeing these shots of the riders who really enjoyed their days off, it seems.
Can't tell a lie there. That was some of the deepest snow I've ever skied. I don't think I've ever skied this much snow in a week. I've never seen this much snow fall in a week. It was a normal footpath outside a hotel when I arrived, and they gave up clearing it after the first meter, and it's still 1.5 meters deep.
Well, it's been... You'd think you'd get a bit depressed by it, but actually here in the Hakuba Valley, everybody's so positive. I mean, look at this. When it's sunny, it is some of the best mountains in the world here. It's got almost a little bit of a Colorado feel to the mountains. These first set of foothills, and then at the back you've got the bigger mountains, which are, well, they're more kind of Alpish, aren't they? Really,
very Alpish. I didn't even know that the Japanese Alps were a thing.
They are. Oh, they are. They're
really.
They're 10,000 feet of things.
Exactly. It blew my mind when I saw that, and where they had the 2-star competition was just next to the 4-star area that we were hoping to use. It ended up being a little bit too dangerous avalanche-wise, but Hakuba just delivering.
Absolutely.
Terrain, snow, culture, the food.
Everything. Absolutely amazing. And you talk about the snow, 11 meters of annual snowfall they get here. There are 11 resorts. It was home to the 1998 Nagano Winter Olympics. They ran a lot of the downhill ski events on the hills here. And why does it snow so much? Why do you get this legendary Japanese powder? Well, it's all due to a magical wind. It's an icy wind that whips across the Asian continent, excuse me, from west to east. Then when it hits the Japanese Sea, it sucks up all the moisture. And then when it hits the mountainous islands of Japan, it just dumps. It gets forced upwards 10,000 feet and then just dumps all that snow. And as we said, and we've banged on about time and time again, they get 11 meters on average of annual snowfall. Well, we've had 3 of them since we've been here, and I think we're expecting another meter today by the looks of it. I mean, it's just... It just snows, and I touched on it actually midway through the contest earlier on as someone was dropping in. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but if you have yourself a holiday booked here, don't come with any zinc for your lips. Don't come with any sun factor 15, because actually it's probably going to snow quite a lot.
I saw someone walk into the shop yesterday and ask if the weather was going to improve anytime soon. And the guy at the shop just told it straight how it was. He said, mate, if you're looking for sun, you might have come to the wrong place.
Yeah.
It's one of the powder capitals of the world.
What he should have said was, when he said, is the weather going to improve anytime soon? What he should have said there was, yes, we're expecting 50 centimetres overnight.
I think he might have kind of clarified that the guy meant good was sun.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of gently clarified that was the wrong thing to be looking for.
Yeah. No, absolutely amazing. Well, this is a 4-star Freeride Qualifier, and it all focuses in a pyramid, so to speak, towards the pinnacle. But what is the Freeride World Qualifier? Well, have a look at this. We have basically the Freeride Junior Tour, which is ages 14 to 17. And it's a way for them to get competing, learn about mountain safety, and get those all-important points. Then as they get a bit older and a bit more wiser, then they get onto the Freeride World Qualifiers. 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and 4-star events. And if you're constantly podiuming on the 4-star events, hopefully you'll win a ticket onto the Freeride World Tour, which is 50 of the world's best big mountain freeriders competing over 5 events all around the world. And it really is some of the most breathtaking skiing and snowboarding. And as a man that's lived and breathed this, I mean, you know, you're a Freeride World Tour veteran. You've been on the qualifiers. You know, you're a product of the qualifiers. How important is it to have events like this?
Oh, it's obviously so important. This is what makes it. Without this event, it'd be a bunch of good skiers skiing around having fun. But this is the way that we get to share our sport with the world. This is the way that we get to showcase what we do. And I think and sometimes it's a little bit of a misunderstood sport. So it's really cool to show that we having fun, being safe, and sending it. You know, what these guys are doing is really impressive. And to have a pyramid structure where you come up from being a junior to being on the qualifying series to fighting your way up there and proving that you're worth it to be on the world tour.
And being here in Asia, the very first, being here for the very first Freeride World, being here for the very first Freeride International Freeride event. I'll do it in a minute. Hang on. Being here for the world's first international freeride event in Asia, I mean, that's a big deal. And to have the 4-star qualifier, that's a big deal for Japan as well. And the scene here in Japan, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And that's part of the reason that I'm so happy to see that Japanese riders have come out and really thrown down. They haven't held back. They've gone for it. Some of them crashed. Some of them won. I think the first 6 guys in the ski guys category were in 2-star all Japanese. The winner today was Japanese. You know, they've got a huge pool of talent over here, and to have events here is only going to nurture that talent. We can get more people coming over here from overseas. It's just making it more of a kind of community globally, and pushing the sport, pushing people to get involved, and I think it's a really positive thing. That's why everyone's so happy to have this event here in Asia.
There we go. And of course, as we've mentioned time and time again, this is a Freeride World Qualifier. It's a 4-star, but do well, podium a couple of times throughout the season, 3 or 4 times, and you might very well find yourself on the Freeride World Tour.
So here's a little teaser for the woman we're about to watch.
For the last 10 years, the Freeride World Tour has challenged the best big mountain skiers and snowboarders on some of the planet's most challenging peaks. In 2017, 50 riders will again battle it out to become Freeride World Champions. The winter begins in Chamonix, the capital of steep skiing, a mountain range that has witnessed more freeride history than anywhere else. Hold the line for the second stop in Val Nord-Arcallis, where Andorra's unique terrain sees riders with an eye for precision and speed create the season's most technical lines. It's crunch time at the third stop in Fieberbrunn, where a brutal cut to the field means no one can hold back. For some, their title hopes will be left in tatters, but the best will travel to the dream stop in Haines, Alaska. Steeper terrain and vast quantities of snow demand commitment and perfect technique. The grand final in Verbier takes place on the legendary Bec des Rosses. All eyes will be on this incredible face as it decides the 2017 Freeride World Tour champions.
Well, here's the start list for the women then.
Also super international. We got all the way from Scandinavia to New Zealand, pretty much opposite sides of the world. Big hitters too. We got current and former World Tour skiers.
And Elisabeth Gerritzen there, who's just joined the tour this year.
That's right. It's the first year skiing right next to Jackie Passo, who was a bit of a veteran on the tour. She is the wife of Rainer Bakkered, who we saw skiing earlier today, and he has been nicknamed the Mayor of Stomptown, and I would go so far as to call her the Mayoress. Wow, she's seen some big ears, and I know a lot of the other girls look up to her, so pretty sure they're all excited to be competing. Good crew of girls that ride together. You know, they're friends as well as competitors, but they're representing some of the best in the world here. This is a stacked starting list.
Well, we're going to get the women underway here very shortly.
Yeah, I've got a few Scandinavians as well, a few more Scandinavians than any other of the competitions. Here's our first one. This is Caroline Strömberg. I think she's about to start.
9, 8, 7,
Getting the pole tap,
6,
getting the psych.
5, 4, 3,
I've got no
2,
idea
1,
how we justify stamping our feet before we start, but we always do it before competitions.
Yeah, why is that? I don't know. It's almost got a little nod to the old ski racer days.
Yeah,
maybe,
it is, isn't it? I think she has a background in ski racing as well, Caroline. And I also think that she skis sub-100 wide skis. I've been wondering if she was going to do that in this competition. I think she is. Well impressed. She must have strong legs to power through deep power with thinner skis like that.
Little skinnies, set of skinnies.
Yeah, out in the tough to see area as well. White on white.
Well, there's some bumps in there that you cannot see on that picture. And they might just be exposed by a few of these skiers through this next section.
Tough to find the takeoffs though, huh?
Looks like she's heading skiers left towards that little drop.
I think she might have struggled to find her features in that one. Pretty tough with the visibility. You're trying to find takeoffs which are the same color as the sky. Not sure if she's going to be happy with that or not. She skied faster. She skied controlled, fluid, good technique. A lot of the things that you're looking for in the judges' criteria, but unfortunately one of probably the most important one is the line choice. And since she hasn't found her features, there's no way to say that she was aiming for stuff. You have to kind of just say that her line was a little bit more relaxed. But stayed on her feet. You can't get a score if you lose a ski, so...
Well, there you go. And we saw earlier on, actually, with Erika Vikander in the women's. She podiumed, and, you know, hers was straight down the throat of it, wasn't it? And, you know, she came in with the top score to start with. So 47.3.
Yeah, solid start.
Score on the board.
Not bad at all.
9,
And like you say, you can't podium if you drop a ski.
6,
Smooth,
5,
fluid, and
4,
another Swede.
3,
We have Kaiser
2,
Larsson.
1,
She is William Larsson's girlfriend, not wife, even though both have the same name. And William is another really talented Swedish skier that couldn't quite get into the competition today. There's so many people that want to do it. But he's here. They've been shredding together, and I had the pleasure of a couple of runs with them, and she is a shredder. Hopefully she's keen to push it today, just because I want to watch people send stuff. Maybe it's smarter to ski smart, but let's see.
I think we all do. She had a little bit of trouble there by the looks of it.
I think she might have hooked a
Stopped,
tree.
yeah.
Getting on top of another feature. Hesitating a little bit there, though.
Well, we're commentating off the same pictures that you guys are seeing here, so we're struggling to see a little bit as well. The snow really is coming down here in Hakuba. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, it's exactly what we were saying, that it's kind of tough to find your takeoffs and landings sometimes when it's a little bit flat light like this. And I hope Kaiser hasn't hurt herself here. She hit that wall pretty hard. Looks like she's lost a ski, so hopefully it's not too difficult to find.
She's going to be experiencing the phenomenon known as being livid.
Yeah, she'll be disappointed with that. It might be a little bit harder to see on your screens that the visibility is low, but no, I tell a lie. You can see it quite well there. That visibility is not doing her any favors. I'm not sure if she even knows where a ski is.
This is now what is this, a £600 decision? Does she like
yeah.
€1,000 decision? She's like, oh, just leave it. Can't be bothered. I mean, that is a good old schlep to get back up there and get that ski. Looks like it might be. Is that a little photographer at the top? 2 o'clock at the top there. Let's take a look. She goes in.
Earing off next to the tree, clips the tree, and then runs into the wall. She's had a tough time there. And her ski is up by the tree. That's a wee ways. Yeah, there's going to be snow all up in her grill. Maybe even down her jacket. It's it's not going to be the best time for Kaiser Larsson right now.
Gets everywhere. Gets absolutely everywhere, doesn't it?
Soggy. I'm sure William will be waiting for her at the bottom, ready to give her a hug.
Well, he should go and get a ski for her, shouldn't he?
Yeah, he's a lazy boyfriend.
What a kind of gentleman is he if he's not, you know?
Go on, son. Get up there. Need some boyfriend points.
A good old hike.
Yeah. But William Larsson, also a very talented Swedish skier. There's just so many that come out of there. What are you doing up there, guys?
What are you having for breakfast up there, you lot? Well, if you're just joining us this afternoon, this morning, wherever you might be in the world, where have you been? You've missed a load of epic action and skullduggery. But one thing we do want to relive and show you is it's been a bit of a hot gossip, actually, because one of the biggest names to join us in the Snowboard Men, well, the biggest name, let's not mince around the words here, it's Mr. Travis Rice. He took the win here in commanding style. And there was a question as to actually how was he going to play this. Obviously, he's a video rider. He goes out and he makes videos. We don't get to see him fall over very much because more often than not we see his perfection. But this is his run. He's playing by the same rules as everybody else. They get an inspection from the bottom. That's all the riders get. And then you have to ride. And just look at this run. First of all, he throws up the front side grab. Then he throws in a nice slash. There's a huge 720.
Just stomps it too.
And then a front side 360. Oh, my goodness. And, well, that was a 96, and it's been the highest score of the day. I mean, you know, you
would
can't
have
really
won any category.
I think he would have won any category. Yeah. But
just
what
so
a run.
smooth. He just floated it. When he did that 3, I thought it was a 180, you know, and then he just kept going. He's that confidence that he's got the speed and the air time is, wow.
Well, we had a chat with Travis before, and he's been very positive about the event. He's been very positive about the Freeride World Tour as well, saying how stoked he is on these events. And, well, I mean, fingers crossed we see him. Well, he's got to qualify like everybody else. Don't think that you're going to get straight onto the Tour, Trav. You've got to earn your stripes, my friend. You've got to get on the 4-star qualifiers. But
I suspect he might get a wild card if he asks nicely.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, the only other competition I've seen him in before was the World Heli Challenge in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he won that too.
Right.
It was really impressive. It has a big mountain day and a freestyle day there. And he was asking someone at the top, you know, do you think it's possible to ride this line? And the person was like, I don't know, man. And he just did it anyway and greased it. It's like he's riding on a different planet.
I mean, he's come absolutely through the ranks of snowboarding. I mean, he's you know, he has won X Games gold medals. He's won all kinds of things, video parts, and now he's obviously started on the road of free ride events. But we'll have to wait and see what he makes of it. But well done to Travis and all the other riders, actually, because it's been absolutely an incredible event thus far here as we go back to the top for our next skier.
Yeah, you could say that Travis is doing a Candy Tovex.
Yeah, there you go.
Slowly winning one thing after the other, ticking them off. Freeride World Tour maybe the next. I mean, only get them a couple times a generation, don't you? Really, like, just something special about these guys. Can't put my finger on what it is. I don't think you can teach it. It's just something that comes out of a certain person sometimes. And there's lots of people here with the potential to do that. So that's why it's so exciting to watch these competitions, because you never know who's that it's going to be. You never know who's going to throw down that hard. And, you know, the local Japanese shredder coming first. Different guys, I believe, in the 2-star and the 4-star, but just absolutely throwing down. And who was it today? Taisuke Kusunoki.
Taisuke, yeah. Coming
through the 2-star to the 4-star. That's the point of the pyramid structure that we have on the qualifiers. Just showing what he's got over here, showing that the locals can ski too, and that's why we're so happy to have an event over here to share it with them. Looks like we've got Leia Castellanar Plaza. Not sure exactly how to say the name.
I'm so pleased you did that.
Castellano Plaza. Leia, out of Spain.
We're sorry, Leia.
Yeah. But I'm sure you can rip some skis and...
Well, she's about to show us.
Yeah.
Spain, not really conducive with a snowy kind of... and we've seen a lot of Spanish in this event. Both in the men's snowboarding as well.
Well, I mean, Andorra is the border between Spain and France, isn't
Yep.
it? So I guess they've got mountains.
Yep.
Maybe not as well
Pyrenees.
publicized. Kind of, yeah, you think of it as like a pretty warm, dry, beachy kind of country, but obviously these riders are shredding.
Yeah, and in fact, the freestyle ski and snowboard world champs are in. No, in fact, the freestyle snowboard world championships are in Spain this year, in March. So, Leia, what's she got for us? Visibility seems to
it's
improved, hasn't it?
Yeah, she's still going up the open side though, where the visibility might be a little bit more difficult to work with. Getting some deep turns. Nice to see enjoying. Just getting pitted. Working her way towards those bushy cliff features. Or not. Making her way over to the bottom here. On this side. Hope she's got it picked out. It's hard to see in this light. And there she goes.
Nice.
Well found.
Yeah,
Safety grab and a stomp.
Oh, God. That's
gonna
like
be
getting a bike for
frustrating.
Christmas with no pedals. You
and
think
no
you've
seat.
got it. You think you've got it, and then all of a sudden, from nowhere, boom, done.
Yeah,
what
we were
a
talking about
shame.
before. It's catchy snow in there somewhere.
Because
I
they
wonder
are
where
at
it's
the
come from.
They are at the bottom there, but their run isn't over until they cross that finish arch.
Exactly.
Until they're in the finish area.
Yeah.
So any mistakes, even right down on the bottom, it might be on the flats.
Yeah, it was a nice grab too. Because it looked like she had it. I thought she was just skiing out, and then I wonder if her ski hit something under the snow, or
Yeah.
maybe she just caught bad visibility. I'm not sure, but that was unlucky. So Leia, nice run, Leia. Thanks for sharing that with us today. I hope the judges aren't too mean.
26.
Well, she's still second so far.
There you go. That's the right outlook to have.
Josephine Lutzau out of Denmark, not known for its skiing, pretty flat country, but she's a Scandinavian and she's a racer and she lives in St. Anton, so I'm sure she's got some good stuff to show us here today. Getting technical through that steeper top section. Where you going?
Where is she going? Definitely going skiers left. A lot of these ladies opting for this section so far.
Yeah, smooth too, fast.
Can hear a few whoops and hollers come in from down in the valley, just across the way from our commentary booth.
Nice. Well, she's got the nickname Slosephine for a lack of organisation, but is definitely not applying to her skiing. She is flying down here. And the bad viz too, just aggressive.
Oh, we almost got a little bit. I mean, that camera angle almost looks sunny.
Yeah, it's sunnier if you film from that camera. Change camera.
And she's held on. Nice, fluid run.
Yeah, that was good. That was reminiscent of the third place women's snowboarder run for me. You know, the judges like fast, fluid, aggressive, controlled, no mistakes.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Do you know what? The sun is coming out. Believe it or not, the sun is coming out here in the Hakuba Valley.
Looking at this picture right now, I guess it's pretty difficult to believe, but I can tell you it's shining right on us.
It is shining. The sun shines on the righteous, my friend.
Ah,
that's why it's
true.
shining on
The
us.
self-righteous.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the sun shines on the self-righteous. Correct.
But hopefully it shines over the outside of the valley too, and get to see that. So 55 for Josephine, 0.7.
New leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, you called it. The judges like that. They would just want to see good, controlled, flowing runs, don't they?
Well, it's an easy thing to quantify, no mistakes. You know, if someone wants you to explain something afterwards, you say, hey, this person, fast, fluid, smooth, controlled. That's pretty much the names of the judging criteria, so it's not surprising. Marion Crowe on course, half Canadian, half Kiwi, skis for Canada, sounds like a Kiwi.
Does she?
Yeah, well, that's
Is
what they
that
used
a
to
bit
call
like
me.
you? Sound like a Kiwi, but you are British.
Yeah, when I used to ski for British, can't even say the country, you ski for Britain on the World Tour, and they called me the Brit that sounds like a Kiwi. So I'd get my own back, even though it's not at the person that did it. But Marion Crowe on course, going at the middle so far, straight down the guts.
And it is sunny where we are, believe it or not, but it's not sunny there yet.
Visibility is still not that friendly. And Marion opting to stay on her feet rather than pushing it too hard as it nukes snow. Really? Is it snowing that much hard on the other side of the valley?
It must be. I mean, it's still snowing here, but the sun has definitely come through.
I would probably sacrifice the sun for them. I feel like they need it more than us.
Oh, she's gone down.
Yeah, she's got tangled up. It's tough, you know. She skied straight into a ridge. She probably needed to get over there to get on the features that she was looking for, but at the same time, like without the definition,
can't see.
Yeah, just
lose your control and you're done.
Lose your control. Still getting pitted though. I believe she got surgery on her knee a couple months ago too, so I'm not sure if she's still in the recovery from that. I think she was saying she's not really planning to jump big today, but I guess maybe a plan of keeping it smooth, solid, fluid, and controlled, just like Josephine did, hasn't quite gone to plan due to the getting hooked up on that ridgeline. Still milking that power though, getting those turns. That's what we're all here for at the end of the day.
All right, Marianne then gets into the valley at the bottom. I don't think it's going to trouble top spot, not for me.
No. I'd put that round about our Spanish friend. It's a bit lower actually. Just an 11 for her. Now Anna Smoothie. Anna Smoothie dropping in on course. She is a 6th skier and a well-known exploit haver. She is a rider and a rider, and she just sends, just like her brother. A lot of people know her through her brother, Sam Smoothie, also well-known on the World Tour, but I think she deserves a name for her skiing, just as it is. On the brink of qualifying for the World Tour last season, 1 result away. She's back for another go. Skiing strong.
Come on, Anna.
Yeah, she's skiing quickly through here. A little bit back seat, though, and I think she might have got hooked up in that ridge just like Marianne did.
See, it doesn't even look like a ridge, does it? It just
Not until they ski
flat.
into it.
Yeah.
Nice. Taking some air in the low vis there.
There we go.
Yeah, solid, but I wonder how much the judges are going to dock her for that control issue halfway down. Just kind of looking up, wondering what happened a little bit.
Yeah.
Where was that feature I was looking for?
Which one of you hit me? It is. I mean, it looks flat, doesn't it? It just looks featureless, and then all of a sudden the skiers and snowboarders have come to abrupt halts mid-run.
Yeah. Is that one there for her? No, that's her. Yeah, that was solid. Stompies. Yeah, hard one to judge, as I was saying before. I'm glad I'm not judging.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of similar to Josephine's, but also a little bit control issue-y, or on the side of the face it was a bit more bumpy. I don't know if it's cut up there. 51 though, not a bad score at all.
There we go.
That will put her in 2nd, just above Caroline Stromberg.
8, 7,
Okay,
5,
next in then,
4, 3,
coming out of Verbier,
2,
Elisabeth
1,
Gerritzen.
The World Tour rookie.
Yeah.
Just beat Anna last year, even though they're friends, to make it onto the tour.
Be her first year on the tour this year.
Gear arrived 3 days late and she got sick. Didn't have quite as good a time in Japan as maybe the first half of the week for the rest of us.
No.
She's skiing strong now. Maybe took that rest day as a good time to get ready.
I was chatting to her actually earlier at the start of the week, and her goal for this year on the tour, you know, she wants to impress, but she just wants to make it to the final.
Done a couple of solid airs in the middle of that too.
Yeah. She just wants to make it to the Beck and ski the Beck in front of her friends and family.
Yeah, well, she's from Switzerland, so I can understand that. That was a solid run. That was kind of almost over too quickly for us to talk about it. Just straight through, solid, even though the viz was bad. Couple of airs, stomped them both. It's got quite good style. Not many turns between those areas as well. I really like that.
I don't think she had much choice. She just couldn't see.
Just confident. Wow, that would be a good score for me. And
Whoa,
it's a good score for the judges
huge. Too. All right, Gerritzen.
Yeah. So, what has that done to the standings? The very preliminary judges say Elisabeth Gerritzen first,
8, 7,
Josephine Lutzow 2nd, Anna Smoothie 3rd, as knocked Caroline Stromberg off the podium for now.
Correct, I have that as well.
But still very
Megan
preliminary.
Betend next in then.
Coming out hot, racer style. That was
That
fast.
was a little, yeah, that was a little drop at the top there that we haven't seen before either, wasn't it? Oh, this
Apologies.
It is Jackie Passon. Yeah, I thought it looked like her. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is Jacqueline Passot.
And she's skiing strong. Looking for features out there, making sure she finds a drop. Correction on the screen as well as from us. Solid. Yeah, it doesn't mind skiing into that ridge there. Just blast through it, not a problem.
Cutting across here to hit that drop. Can she find it? Yes.
Yeah, solidly. Well done. It's kind of like a cross between Anna Smoothie and Josephine Lutzau's runs, making sure she got to both the sets of features. I think she'll be happy with that.
Yeah. Could be looking at a new leader, maybe.
Ooh.
Do you reckon? I've put
I
my
don't
neck on the
know.
line there, haven't I?
I'm going to be the devil's advocate and say I think that Elisabeth's run was that little bit faster. That was a little more traversy. She had lots of features, but I really like the no turns between Elisabeth's two hairs. You know, it really shows that you're confident and fast and just don't mind hitting features without taking a speed check.
There you can see Elisabeth Gerritzen on the left. And actually, considering how tall she is, that snow would have felt so deep to
Yeah,
her.
absolutely.
I
We were
mean,
skiing with her the other day. She got
waist deep
stuck.
yeah, what's waist deep to us?
67.
Yeah, 66.67 for Jackie So. That knocks Anna Smoothie off the podium. So Gerritzen put the rangefinder out there, 70.67. That is what needs to be bested with 4 skiers left to go.
Tough gig today. Anna Smoothie and Caroline Stromberg. I thought they both skied well. Megan and Batan now on course. Megan.
Here we go. Megan.
Skiing strong.
Yeah, and you can really see those the undulations in the snow there.
Yeah. It's getting a little bit more tracked out now, so they're hitting tracks as they go. You can kind of see that as the skis flap around a little bit. It's high-sided as well. Hard to see the contours of the snow sometimes. If you're in the middle of a turn, snow spraying up in your face and clip something, can flip back around, get your skis going up past the left side of your body in this case, and coming around over the top. It's called high-siding in our weird slang. So Megan, probably a little bit disappointed with that. Tough is, but same for everyone.
There you go.
Yeah, takes the air there and then struggles with the speed control a little bit.
Yeah.
Takes another small air without meaning to, and then high sides as she comes around. Strong effort. It's always tough to go out in conditions you wouldn't necessarily choose to charge this hard in and push yourself to charge as hard as you can. So props to all the competitors that have done that today, because it is a mental challenge. Standing at top of a competition run, you know, I felt like, oh, I can't wait to be at the bottom so I can just go back to being a normal person.
But smiles on their faces, and that's what we like to see. And as we said earlier, what do our parents say? It's the taking part that counts.
Week-bix medals for everybody.
But winning's pretty good as well.
Yeah, it's not bad. So Megan Batan, she'll have to settle for her second in the 2-star earlier this week. 37 for today's 4-star. She's a little bit disappointed, but she's still got a smile on her face.
There you go.
Well, it was fun. Good snow.
We can see it.
Yeah.
Right, as we go back to the top,
Big smile.
put our eye skyward into that start gate here in the Hakuba Valley. Our next skier will be Kylie Sivel
Smile.
from Canada. If we can see her. Yep, she's there.
Nice that she's got bright pants.
I think that might just be the start, Marshall.
Well, he can ski, though.
We can get a little look there.
Yeah, the girls have been running in predicted start order today. It's been a little bit easier to keep track of. And I believe she's just about to drop. Next rider potentially on course.
Yeah, any moment now. Three skiers left that can upset the apple cart here. Currently we have it as the very unofficial preliminary Judges' results courtesy of the commentary booth. Elisabeth Gerritzen, Jackie Passo, and Josephine Lutzow. So this is the Freeride World Qualifier. Of course, the Freeride World Tour proper will kick off very shortly. January the 26th, I believe, in Chamonix, France. And here's a little teaser for you to show you what you can expect from the first stop of the Freeride World Tour.
With a hold for a second.
Well, I think I'll start with an apology because it's the 28th of January, not the 26th. So sorry about that, but it will be live, freerideworldtour.com. All of the action from the first stop of the Freeride World Tour. And as that little trail said, 50 of the world's best riders taking on 5 events, culminating with the final on the infamous Bec de Ros in Verbier. And if you've never seen the Freeride World Tour courtesy of the Bec de Ros, I implore you to put that date in your diary. It's coming up later on in the season. It is the 5th and final stop of the Freeride World Tour, but it needs to be seen to be believed, doesn't it?
It is amazing. I think my favorite is the flyover shot from the back when it kind of gives you a rider's perspective of how steep it is. And now we're back on our steep venue where we've got Kylie Seville from Canada on course. Skiing fast and skiers right.
Right, so here she is. Challenging conditions, not just for the ladies in the ski and snowboard, but the men as well. It's been pretty much like this all day. It's, I'd say, perhaps got a little bit worse. But, no, it is a level playing field for everybody. And this first
female skier
seen,
into the tough guts. The technical gully that we've seen a lot of guys come unstuck in, but she is skiing quickly through there.
Oh, commentator's curse.
Yeah, sorry, Kylie.
She's looking back. She's like, what on earth was that?
Yeah. Gutted.
Lost
sorry
a ski.
to see that, Kylie. Lost both skis, I think. But, yeah, tough in there. As we were saying, a lot of people have come unstuck in there today, and it's not easy. Just wondering if someone's going to come and help her get her skis. Wondering where her skis are, maybe.
Well, like everyone, started pretty good. And this gully, it's so deceptive. I mean, even on the screen here, it looks fine. It looks flat. You can't see anything, but the snow just must be grippy.
I think it's a bit tighter than it looks.
Yeah.
Maybe tighter than it looked from the bottom as well, because if they've all inspected that and all chosen to ski there, maybe they can't see quite how steep the very corners of. Maybe they thought it was wider. Like you said, it was barely over a ski length wide.
Yeah, so skis and boards hardly flexing in it. I mean, it's...
looked like the boarders had a slightly easier time just because of that 30 centimetre shorter length.
Yeah.
So Kylie not having the best day. Score a 0 and currently a 0 amount of skis as well.
And 0 amount of enthusiasm for hiking back up to get those skis.
When you've just done that to get to the top and then your competition run hasn't gone to plan.
Yeah.
You just want to go to the bar, really, don't you?
Well, Kylie, we hope to see you on a Freeride World Qualifier very soon.
Yeah, I've seen Kylie ski in other competitions before and she is solid. I'm sure she'll be back.
Okay.
9,
Karin
8,
Stukel. Is that how you pronounce an
5,
O with a
4,
Stucker.
3,
But they've just gone for a capital O
1,
instead of putting the dots on top, I
yeah,
guess.
I was going to say.
Yeah, racer background out of Sweden. You can see it in her first turn. Just really aggressive, solid skier. I'm interested to see where she's going to go because it looked like she's heading into the guts of the Nar.
Yeah.
I mean, a bunch of people coming stuck there today, but if she can do it, you know, I'm sure if there's anyone that can left in the start list, it's probably her. But she's actually hit it out skiers left.
Yep. Little drop there that we've seen a few of the snowboarders hit earlier on in the day. Well held. Oh!
It's just about to say kept it together strongly, but then got bucked again.
And there's an invisible wall down there that's just been taking people apart all day.
Absolutely. Yeah, Karen will be disappointed there, but I think she's doing the clever thing and just skiing out. Once you've had a crash like that, your score is pretty much done. So it's not really worth risking much more.
No, don't drop a ski. Keep them on. Ski to the bottom. Ski straight to a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Or a hot toddy or a beer.
Or onsen.
Or an onsen.
Oh, how good would an onsen be right now? I think there's a lot of people on the hill today that have been standing around in the cold for a while, just waiting for that.
Yep.
So Karen Stockel, not her best run. She's usually pretty fast and aggressive. She's already also done well at Scandinavian Big Mountain Champs, but getting taken down by invisible ridges in the Orlovas today.
As we move on now then to our final skier. We'll just wait for the results to come in for Karen. We can see that Audi arch at the bottom and their run. They must get across that arch.
I think we can see Kylie Savelle coming down in the background as well. She must have found her skis, so glad to see that.
42.
Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Not on the podium, but not a bad score. So, Kate Zalif, our last skier for this today, I believe. And there she is, on course, giving the little shoulder jiggle, showing she's ready. One of the only North Americans, I think. Jackie Passo came from Sweden, where she lives, so representing for a continent, you know, no pressure.
Yeah, has Jackie Passo since Marion Riney, she defected, do you think?
I think she was living in Sweden for a couple of years before that, actually.
Okay.
But they went back to the States to get married.
That's good genes there if they ever think about having children.
Yeah.
That's a good skier right there. But let's not get distracted. Kate here, skiing down.
Taking on that same top hit as the snowboarders behind the trees. Interesting, so a lot of snowboarders hit that, but I think not many skiers. Kate looked like she enjoyed it, though. Now she's enjoying some deep piauta turns on the mountain.
Missed that.
Oh, nice. Overhead-o. And a little shifty as well. Solid run.
I see you dipping into your Japanese bag of phrases there.
Yeah, I got told, truthfully or untruthfully, but I very much want to believe it. That
please, I like this.
The word for face shot in Japanese was overhead-o.
Amazing.
I hope it is.
Amazing.
Even if it's not,
you heard it here first.
Feed your beautiful lie.
There she is getting an overhead-o.
And then a shifty. I really like this run, actually. I think this could do pretty well. Just smooth, solid, stylish run from...
Well, we've seen the judges have been rewarding it, haven't they? They've been rewarding the skiers and snowboarders that have just been coming top to bottom. No mistakes, just getting it done.
No hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's the name of the categories. Yeah.
Yep.
Control, fluidity. Yeah, no hesitation. Air and style as well is the name of one of the other ones. So, yeah, I think they could do really well.
Kate.
People mixing up the podium almost every run. Well done, Kate.
She's smiling.
Hi.
Of course she is. Look at that.
Last competitor of the day. She's been waiting up there in the cold for a long time.
She's pumped. Rightly so.
What do I do?
That was fun.
That was super fun.
Yeah, deep snow.
Yeah, she's talking about how fun it was.
Could have gone bigger.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. That was a bunch of fun. Good.
Did you online how you choose it?
Trying to listen to what
There
she's
was just
saying.
a lot more to ski than I could see.
Yeah.
So could have gone bigger, but also didn't know what it was. So, but it was a blast. Way better
It was
than
a
I was
blast.
expecting.
Well, we heard that. It's a blast.
Thanks, guys.
Come on then, judges. Put us out of our misery. Has she troubled the top three? I
Not
think
in
she
to
has.
stick it around to find out a score.
I think she has. That's why they're taking their time with it. Oh, we've lost pictures.
Tough call, though. I would say that's probably going to upset the podium. It's just where. How upset is the podium going to be?
68. Oh, it's second place.
Boom. Well done, Kate. Knocking off Josephine Lutzow and just beating Jackie Passo.
Well, there we have it. So the official results are in. Let's wait for them to come on screen rather than give you lot the preliminary. And let's see, we have a podium, and there it is. So Kate Zeliff goes in to second position with a 68. Jackie Peso pushed down with a 66.67. But the World Tour rookie from Switzerland, Elisabeth Gerritzen, takes the win here in the Hakuba Valley, 70.67. And you've got to say, Neil, for a confidence going into the World Tour, that's going to do the world a good.
Huge. Huge. 4-star win at the start of the season. You can't ask for much more than that. Stacked field of riders here. She's not the only World Tour skier. Kate Zeliff put down a great run too and just edged out the other World Tour veteran. Wow, it's been a big day. I've been super impressed with all of the classes. A couple of girls lost skis, but you know they've been sending it. They've been pushing it. It's been fantastic to watch. People were not that stoked on the venue when it first got announced, but I'm really happy with what I've seen here today. This has been an impressive show. Well done to everyone involved. Organization team, media crew, the safety team, people that hiked up, put up, constructed, built. You know, we get to take all the credit by talking about how great everything is. We haven't actually done as much work as most of them.
We've done nothing. We were still in bed an hour ago.
Yeah.
Well, we weren't. We were up early.
Yeah, we've recorded this afterwards and sped it up and put it in the past, so it sounds like we were talking when we were still asleep.
No, but an absolutely phenomenal event once again, and just an absolute pleasure to be involved with. All right, well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the Freeride World Qualifier, the 4-star Freeride World Qualifier here in the Hakuba Valley, an absolutely overwhelming success. Anna Orlova taking the women's snowboard, the ski women there going to Elisabeth Gerritzen, Taisuke Kusunoki, the Japanese rider, taking the men's skiing, and the winner of the men's snowboarding, well, it had to be, didn't it, Mr. Travis Rice. An incredible event, and we hope you've enjoyed the coverage from Tim Ward and Neil Williman here in the Hakuba Valley. It's time to say goodbye, but of course, remember, the Freeride World Tour is coming in hot. 5 stops around the world. It's going to be breathtaking, to say the least. Do join us live for every one of those events, freerideworldtour.com. Keep across to the Facebook page, facebook.com/Freeride World Tour. And we're going to leave you now with a little teaser for Chamonix, which is coming up on the 28th of January. Do not miss it. Have a good season. Stay safe out there. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for joining us, guys. See you next time.